lawyer in velvet gown, whispers of law beneath the moon's sweet glow. He's here to guide you through the undertow, from tales of love lost and battles won, to secrets that hide when the day is done. We'll paint the night with stories so stark. Welcome to Family Law After Dark. Light up that cigar and pour a glass of red, as we wade through matters not often said, where hearts and minds often leave a mark. Dive deep into Family Law After Dark. The lawyer's voice is smooth like leather. He's singing lies only he can tether. In the sultry jazz lounge, let the wisdom flow. Feel the rhythm in the late night glow. Through custody tangles and alimony strife, he navigates the drama of everyday life. With a wry wink and a cheeky remark, let's unravel Family Law After Dark. Light up that cigar and pour a glass of red, as we wade through matters not often said, where hearts and minds often leave a mark. Dive deep into Family Law After Dark. Light up that cigar and pour a glass of red, as we wade through matters not often said, where hearts and minds often leave a mark. Dive deep into Family Law After Dark.
Good evening, folks. This is Omar Serrano with the Tilted Lawyer Podcast, and my voice is what it's going to be. It's the best I could do, but at least it's making noise tonight. Yesterday was not, and so I'm going to power through. I got the tilted uterus to my left. She's not going to be on camera because she's in her pajamas, wearing our daughter's headphones. So I'm going to utilize this mute button liberally. We may have some other friends join us here and there. We will see who shows up. The Schnitzel said that she has to be responsible tonight. She's got to get up early and she's getting old. And Bruce needs his beauty rest. He's recovering from his birthday bonanza. Lauren Nighty is well, she just might be high on gummies, sitting in bed laughing at memes on the internet. Me, I just set up my new studio, sort of. I mean, it's a studio. It's like my house. It's like the entrance of my house. And I got a new mic. It's hard to gauge the quality of this new mic as opposed to the old one with how my voice sounds. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. You know what? Let's just see how this goes, man. I'm drinking some. What am I drinking? What is this?
What did you say? I think Woodford Reserve.
No, we went Basil Hayden.
Oh,
that's what's in your glass. But I put Diet Coke in it because you're not the drinking whiskey neat kind of gal.
No, I'm not.
You're not allowed to speak with vocal fry here on this show. Just so you know, I'm gonna need you to put some.
I'm muted.
You are muted? I could hear you.
So.
Speak.
Oh. Okay. Never mind.
No, you're coming in through my mic.
I see.
So if I'm muted or you're muted, then I'm muted. And never mind.
All right.
So we're going to do some Family Law After Dark. And hey, you're going to have to like speak into the mic. You know what? Count to 10.
1, 2.
Like right up to the mic, just like this. Like, don't be shy.
Is this better?
Yes, that's much better.
We'll do this then.
Okay.
I will hold this all night.
Well, you're going to just make do what we have. Or you could bend your face down, and that would be equally as acceptable. But there's a 2-inch rule when speaking into the Shure SMB 7.
Oh, is that what we're talking about?
The microphone? No, we're talking about all kinds of shit. I don't know. What did you find on your end? I got 4 cases because I don't know how long my voice is going to last. We're just going to have to see. Okay. Let me share my screen. What's up, Diane Hazu? She says, "Yeah, I made it to a live show. Not a live show, it's a live show. But the sentiment is the same. Danny Extreme's been sitting here waiting for the show to start. There's 16 other of you watching. I know this is not the normal time we do this show. I don't nobody knows that we're on right now. I texted all my friends. They're either asleep or high. It's one of the two. But you know what? I didn't do a show yesterday, and I was really gearing up to do it. And I'm doing it tonight. And in the interest of work ethic, I'm doing it anyway. All right, so let me get into our first hypothetical. What's up, Schnitzel, in the comments? She says, "Son woke up, wish I could join." Oh, that sucks. It's like, yeah, ours might be waking up too. I made little videos with both of my 4 and my 5-year-old. If you are a member, I'm going to upload that. You're going to see members only content. My daughters, both of them, their introductory podcast career, their first post, their first show. I don't know. What's up, Candace? Okay. What do you think about this show? You've been listening to this show from its inception, from what this show started as to what it's become.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? What are your opinions?
I think it's gotten interesting. I mean, not that it wasn't interesting before, but
it wasn't interesting before. It was like, hey, do you want to file for a divorce? All you have to do is fill out form FL 100 and then fill out all your information. And then once you're done with that, there's instructions on the page, and that will take you to form whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's exactly what it was. I cannot be contained by such boring tutorials. And so the show kind of evolved into this. You know what? I heard, you know who I heard from? Ileana. She called me the other day.
Yeah.
She wants to come back on the show. She's
You
done.
have her on. She's great.
Well, I told her she doesn't have to come in studio anymore. She could just be remote wherever she's at. We figured out how to do that a lot better than when she used to come on. And so she'll be on. I should call her right now. Say, hey, remember when you said you wanted to come on the show? Well, we're going live right now. All right. Is my screen shared? It isn't.
No.
Could you see your stuff on your end? Are you in the StreamYard thing?
Yeah. Yeah. It just came up.
Then you should be able to see everything. Mm-hmm. Hey.
Pompous, stuck-up, snot-nosed, English, giant, twerp, scumbag, fuckface, dickhead, asshole.
How do you like my new sound bites? There's 3 more where that came from. All right. I'll make myself laugh. All right, folks. Let's get into this first case. I'm trying to make it bigger. I think that's as big as it's going to get on my end. All right. So this, Jesus. This guy, he says, I met my wife in college. It was a long-term physical relationship that turned serious at the end of our senior year. After graduation, I didn't have plans, so I decided to move to her hometown. It was a major southern city. Let's call it Charlotte. North Carolina is southern, isn't it? It's southern enough.
Yes, it sure is.
We could go with New Orleans. I didn't know anybody, so we were together 24/7 and moved in together within a year. During this time, I met her family a few times. She had a huge extended family where her mom, Sharon, was the matriarch. Her dad died in a workplace accident, and her mom got a lot of money. She was smart and invested and is doing well. All of Sharon's sibling and nieces and nephews look to her for advice on all major life decisions. She paid for school, weddings, helped start. Are you following this? I'm so bored. I'm bored with this. I don't want to read it. Here, you read it.
Okay.
Start with she paid for school.
She's paid for school, weddings, and helped start businesses. My wife has 2 brothers who I always got along with. We would hang out independent of my wife a few times a year. We got married after 3 years, and my son was born. Sharon bought us a house 3 blocks from hers. We had lived in a downtown loft-style apartment, and this was honestly a relief.
All right, but if you're going to read it, you're going to have to put some life into your voice. You're going to have to like liven it up. You got to have your performative skills have to come through. You have to breathe life into the microphone. You're speaking into a $450 professional microphone, the likes of which many professional podcasters use. So you should utilize its harmonics. I'll take it from here.
You know,
Now, see how that's better?
let me finish this drink.
That's all it took. Oh, you just got to loosen it right. Just loosen it, just lube it right up.
Well, it's my first
Your first what?
drink of the night.
Like hell it is. I was going to say.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, but with the house came Sharon constantly being in my life, coming in the house unannounced, unsolicited advice, and single remarks at my expense. Oh, snide remarks.
yeah, never do that again. Whatever you just did. Into the mic.
Okay.
But with the house came Sharon constantly being in my
Yeah.
life. Coming in the house, unannounced, unsolicited advice, snide remarks at my expense. Eventually, 18 months later, we had a blow-up fight, and I moved my family across town to an apartment. My wife was pissed, and our relationship has deteriorated. Sharon hates me and has turned most of their family against me. I didn't see or go to any of her family events for over a year. My wife still saw her family, but because I wasn't invited and they were over 30 minutes away, it was much less. Sharon went from seeing her grandson almost every day to once a month, so her hate for me went through the roof. The incident. All right, we're getting to the point.
How long is this?
I don't fucking know. I didn't read these before. I never do. I just
Good
whatever
God.
happens.
What is this? It's a book.
So the title of this is Am I the asshole for refusing to drop charges in exchange for saving my family?
All right, let's read the incident.
All right, here's what happened. My wife had to work, and I was asked to take my son to his cousin's birthday party. The party was at Sharon's house, and if it wasn't my son's first cousin, I would have said no. It was tense the moment I walked in the house. Father of birthday boy greeted me, but no one else spoke to me. I didn't mind, sat in one corner on my phone. This apparently pissed off Sharon because I was being rude. Who was Sharon again?
Mother-in-law.
Oh. An argument ensues and announced I'm leaving with my son. Sharon said, you can go, but my grandbaby is staying. Could you imagine if one of our in-laws tried to pull that kind of shit on either of us? First of all, my mom would never say something like that. Imagine like one of your family members, like, you can go, but our children are saying, what do you think my reaction would be?
Well, first, no one would say that. That's
I know
that's
your
that's just
peoples are kind peoples. They are not the incendiary type.
No, not at all.
But I
if
am the incendiary
anybody-
type. And so it just would not
No.
be congruous with what I know of them and who they are to be. I don't like this as a whiskey glass. Like it gets right up in your anyway.
It's supposed to. I thought that was the
That is the
whole
point. But I'm not professionally tasting my whiskey right now. I already know what this one tastes like. Anyway, what would you do if you saw your dad say some shit like that to me?
What would I do?
Yeah.
brace myself.
Yeah, I think that you would be like trying to calm me down immediately.
Well, yes. I
Even-
would definitely try to intervene.
What's up, Jennifer Bradley?
I rallied.
I was texting you to be on the show, and you're like, I thought you kicked me out. I was like, for what? When did I kick you out?
Because it was mean as shit last week.
There's nobody meaner than me. Trust me. And you were kind
That
of
was
mean,
mean.
but I felt like you were in a mood. You might have been on.
No,
that
I was
wall.
just like, that fat ass motherfucker. And you're like, no, I'm just kidding.
Well, I definitely didn't make that face.
You did. Hey, happy Saturday. I hope everything's going well.
Happy Saturday. By the way, my wife is on the stream.
Hi.
She's
It's
Madi,
so nice to meet you.
the faceless one. She's sitting her in her pajamas and her pink headphones.
They're my daughters.
And we were talking about what she would do if her dad were to say, yeah, you can go, but the kids are staying here. And she's like, oh, I would brace myself because some shit's about to go down.
And you told your wife I'm the weird one from the South.
Oh, she knows already.
Okay, good.
She knows you're the weird one.
Okay, good.
My wife watches every show. She's well aware of all of the panelists.
And nuances and craziness. Okay, good.
Oh,
I'm
the
just-
shenanigans.
Yeah.
Right. It's
What's her
fun though.
favorite
I
is,
love it.
Her favorite is Bruce. I know she loves Schnitzel. She loves all of them. There's not anybody that she didn't
I
like.
have a special place for Bruce too. He's so sweet.
Well, Bruce is getting kind of old. He just had a birthday. He had celebrating his 50th. And he had him for the weekend. Yeah, I invited him. I said, hey, Schnitzel said, lubricate that voice with what, man? Well, obviously not with this. Schnitzel told me I asked her advice about what I should do.
You call your
And
wife
she said-
Schnitzel.
No, Schnitzel's not my wife. My wife is sitting right here. My wife is Madi. Her name is Madi.
Who are you talking about, Schnitzel?
Oh, because she told me not to drink alcohol, and yet I'm here drinking alcohol. And so that might be the problem. I don't know. I don't know
I
how
think,
much.
I think
longer.
your shows are better when you do drink alcohol.
Well, I drink alcohol in every show, so
I know. I think, but when the more lubricated you get, the funnier you are. So
some would argue that it's unprofessional to be drinking during the show, and some people like. My
this is
more
called After
professional.
Dark. It's After Dark, so you're good.
Oh, it's really after dark. Today is the first time that we've ever done a show actually after dark.
I know, really. I know. It's 12:15 here, a.m. So it's February the 2nd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Schnitzel was supposed to come on, but she said, "Oh no, my kid woke up, and she's on mommy duty over there." And we just put
Okay.
our
Anyway,
two-
so who picked out the Reddit post and blah blah blah? Because
I picked
I
out
was going to
four.
know this
My wife
before you,
picked out
but I didn't
some.
want to get in Dominic's way.
Oh, Dominic is
Here.
Not
Dominic
here
is
today.
probably fucking
Yeah,
high.
Watching anime somewhere.
Yeah, I wasn't bothering Dominic with tonight's stream. I didn't have any clue how it was going to go. I'm on a new mic. I'm in a new studio. It's in a
Yeah,
new
looks
time
different.
slot.
That's good.
Yeah, well, it's the home studio, and
Yeah.
so
I'm going to post this real quick while we're here because it's late night. I'm going to post the link on my Facebook because I just saw old high school friends were hanging out.
oh
And,
well, don't let me stop you from
They want to
posting
hang out
anything.
with us, right?
Do what you got to do. Let me
I'm
continue.
going
with
to
the-
right now.
While you do that, let me continue with this thing.
Yeah, go ahead, talk. Sorry.
Oh, and Clever just joined you in the back.
Oh, are the dogs on camera? No, I don't think the dogs are on camera. I can't tell, honestly. My voice really sucks right now. But I'm doing my best. Jesus. Okay.
The incident. Let's get to it.
I'm working on it. Okay, tense moment. I walked in the house, cursing out. All right. I lost my cool, started cursing out. I woke up at the front lawn. I woke up on the front lawn. Wait a minute, where did I miss? Oh,
Yeah.
you can go, but my grandbaby is staying. At this point, I lost my cool and started cursing her out. I don't think that I would curse anybody out. I think that I would give people the death stare.
Are you serious right now? Look.
I would not start shouting. I know that, but it's like, are we? I know that your family will never do this. I know they would never do this. I just could not imagine being placed in a situation where the in-laws become the enemy. That's really fucking weird. But I woke up on the front lawn. I've done that before. New Year's Eve, 1999. I partied like it was 1999. Apparently, my two brother-in-laws beat the shit out of me in front of my kid. Damn.
Completely different reason.
Two of her cousins were helping me up and told me just to leave. I immediately called the police and said I was assaulted and my child was kidnapped. Oh, Jesus Christ. I just muted everything. Okay. I woke up. Police came and both brothers were arrested. Sharon lost her shit on the police, and my wife drove up as her mother was being arrested for refusing to release my son. Her mom was eventually released, but her brothers were arraigned on assault charges. The father of the birthday had an assault charge from college, so he's facing some serious consequences. My wife is mad at everyone, but asked me to drop the charges. I not only refused, but got restraining orders for all three of them. Her mother isn't allowed to be near our kid, and her brothers have court dates early next year. Oh, this is bad. Last month, she moved out the house. We are now headed for divorce. Yesterday, she came with one last offer for us to move cities and start over, but only if I drop the charges on her brothers and removed the restraining order on her mom. I feel like it should be like a cage match. You know what? Let's just
Like
go
to the death?
One-on-one, bitch. One-on-one.
To the death or first blood?
Y'all wanted to take some cheap shots. You want to go 2-on-1? I see how it is. Why don't we just go 1-on-1? I'll take one right after the other. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, no.
I want to avenge my loss. So which one of you all kicked me?
How is it even a loss? Like, he doesn't even know that he started a fight, that he was.
I feel like he's not telling the whole story. He probably walked in there high as fuck or drunk off of his ass. He probably was saying some shit. There's a reason why they just went straight to beating his ass. It wasn't because he's like a saint.
Well, it said he was cursing the mother out.
Okay, if someone was cursing my mom out, I would probably beat his ass too. And me and my brother. And probably Ashley's husband. There would be no cursing out of my mom. I'll tell you that much. All I'm saying is he did something wrong. He deserved the beatdown that he got. He said something wrong. He must have. He must have.
Well.
Hey, Jennifer, you still there? Are you muted? Did you mute yourself?
No, I'm here. I'm being quiet. I'm trying to catch up on what you guys are talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, we're talking about a crazy situation.
So wouldn't it be just enough to like push him out of the house?
If you cursed out my mom, and what scenario do you think I'm just pushing anybody out? If you curse my mom, we're fighting to the death. Somebody's going to die.
Mark, your mom's been on one of your shows before. I've seen her.
No, she's on my show a lot. She gets mad at me for cursing on my show.
She's precious. She's like petite and precious.
He tells me, you know what? You really should get back into preaching.
Preaching what?
The gospel, the word, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the New Testament. She wants me to be a preacher. She says, with a voice like that, you should have been a preacher.
And your wife says?
My wife knows better than that.
Yeah.
I know, right? I know. I was waiting on her to say something.
I know.
I was waiting on her to say something.
Yeah, she know I ain't the preacher type. I used to be the preacher type. I got kicked out of church, man. Oh, they didn't want me to
That's the man I know.
I love it. You know what? I would love to see. Like, I haven't seen your girls, but I cannot imagine what they're like because I know Omar, you talked about. I guess your youngest one talking about you being Santa.
Yeah, you know what?
Right?
You want to
That's so funny. So I know that your girls are just like hilarious. So
I'm going to share something with you right now.
Okay.
I'm going to share some. Since there's only 27 people in here, I just don't give a fuck. I'm going to do whatever I want. How about that?
You can do whatever the fuck you want.
I recorded Oh, did you hear that? Here, let me share my screen. I recorded because they were curious about my podcast equipment, and so we recorded a little podcast miniature before tonight's show, and I'm going to share with you, and it's going to be available in members only. I got to stop sharing this first. Share. Oh, is it this? Yeah. Check this out. This is my youngest daughter, Evelyn.
Isn't that niece.
This was right before bedtime. Yeah, check her out. Hey, everybody, with the Tilted Lawyer podcast. I'm joined making her first ever podcast appearance by Evelyn Grace Serrato. Evelyn, what do you got to say to everybody out there?
Hi guys, I'd like you to meet my dad. Especially, we have a story box. You put the card in the story box, and then it will play.
Also, a few words about Evelyn. She's really short, and her hair is really brown, and she likes pink shirts.
And my dad likes red and blue. That's his favorite color. Especially, and he does funny jokes for me, and I laugh at them.
Evelyn does funny jokes too, and also she's funny looking.
And my dad also bring me to the ice cream store, but we never go to the ice cream store.
Because when you go to the ice cream store,
Hold
you
on here.
put the ice cream in the store, and there's nobody left for anybody else.
Dad, that's not true.
It is true.
It's not.
It is.
No, it's
Yes,
not.
it is.
No,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
no,
Yes. Infinity.
no.
Yeah.
No, Dad.
She's
Oh, bite
so
your face.
pretty.
Dad.
How
Hey,
old
what
are your
else we got
kids?
to
And
say to
have two
everybody
young
before we hit
ones.
the end of the recording?
That
one's
is-
for
If you just want
Her 4-year-old.
old book, you could just turn to right or left. If it goes left to right or right to left is wrong. And you go to left to right.
And we're gonna sing your favorite song. Butterflies in the sky. I can fly twice as high. Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow.
Oh my God.
I can go anywhere. In a book. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow.
I gotta go potty, Dad.
All right.
That's what we were waiting for. The honesty right there.
Well, and she
You know
did.
You know what's funny is like there are some it's some men are just destined to have daughters, you know. Like my grandfather had 3 girls, right? And I know so many people they have like 3 girls. So one of my best friends, her husband played for football for NC State and then went to play for the Saints, New Orleans Saints. And so they had 2 girls. And then all of a sudden, like I had my wedding and then they're like, we're pregnant. And I'm like, you got a girl coming. You know, you got one more girl coming. You're going to have 3 girls. And he's like, I'm fucking scared to death. I'm going to have 3 girls, right? Well, sure enough, they'd have 3 girls. But like, he's like 6'5" and huge. So he's big JB. I'm little JB, you know. But there's some just dads that are just destined to be girl dads, you know. I don't know why it is, but you can always pick them out. It's just so cute.
Well, I've always been growing up very toxically masculine. And
Oh,
so
well, I'm not saying you're not masculine because like big JB is huge and masculine, right?
for
but-
sure, but you know,
Just
it,
Funny,
it's
right?
hilarious. But to your point, 100%, there was no chance. I feel like I was going to be anything other than a girl dad.
Yeah.
They soften you right up. What are you going to do, man?
They're
Yeah.
painting your toenails tomorrow.
They ain't painting
Just so
shit.
you know.
Like hell they are.
You know, I used to paint my grandpa's toenails. Like he would,
Oh.
he owned a business, and then he would, so there were 3 guys that owned this business, and so he would work at night, but then during the day, I guess when I got out of school, he was at home and he was napping, and he had the best nail beds. His toenails had the best nail beds, and I just
Wow.
painted his toenails all the time, and he
There
never
was
took them
so
off.
much
Like, he
for the
left it
$2
on always, you know.
Is she for going on 20? Is she? Oh, she's 4 going on. Well, she's 4
Yeah.
going on 15 for sure.
So
Yeah.
cute.
First of all, I'm gonna need to You know what? Give me a
What are you
give me a
drinking? What are
regular.
you drinking?
Basil Hayden, whatever it's out.
Is it like a scotch or a brandy?
Whiskey.
Or, huh?
Single malt whiskey, Basil Hayden. I was drinking the meat. She was putting shit in it. She put Diet Coke in it, on the
Yeah.
rocks, ice, and the
I
whole
got
thing.
in trouble because like I had a party one time, and you can ask anybody from high school that I went to high school with. My everybody was out of town, so my grandparents lived. It's weird. Like my grandmother basically kind of raised me, but I didn't live with her or whatever. But she coddled me anyway. So they were out of town, and my grandpa had these big ass wild turkey things. You know what I mean? Like they were
Yeah.
like ceramic wild turkey things, and I had this kick ass huge fucking party. I think I was in 11th grade. Got in so much fucking trouble. I remember my grandma caught me driving my car, and she stopped at my friend's house, and he'll always tell you this because my granny said, you can run, but you're going to get burnt through hell. Right. But anyway, he always had these like big wild turkey things, and he would drink, wild turkey. And where I grew up, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, Cheerwine or Sundrop. So good. You mix it with it, and it's so good, but it kind of ruins the actual whiskey. But anyway, sorry. I try to stay awake for this, and I'm so happy to be here. So I'm rambling. And I'm by myself.
I'm sorry. He muted everybody.
No, girl, you're totally fine. You've seen me on here. He does his thing. I don't know how you live. No, I'm just kidding. No, you guys are awesome, though. I love being on the show with like Bruce, and then when Bruce and Brad and Dominic are all together, it's just random and funny.
Yeah.
I don't know how you deal with him.
All right.
Anyway, I came in late, and I apologize. So
Sorry about that, Jennifer.
your Reddit post is about what? Just sum up the first part.
Oh, well, they're getting into a fight. So they got in a fight with the in-laws, and the in-laws beat his ass down because he was talking shit about the mom, I'd imagine. And now he's pressing charges on all of them, and we haven't even finished it. So let me get into the rest of this.
Yeah, let's get to the edit.
I know.
Let's get some
We
updates.
took a detour. Okay,
And I'm
so
sorry I jumped in.
no, you're good, Jennifer.
Thanks.
We always get good stories out of you.
Nah, not really.
Well, it's subjective.
I mean, you're right. I mean, I have a million stories, but last week I was like, put it on pause, we'll tell you something. And that actually, when we hung up last week, I was like, that was fucking stupid. I didn't even need to tell you guys that. Go ahead.
Oh, I think the dog was humping the pillow in the background. I don't know if anybody caught that on camera.
No, that wasn't. No, my dog doesn't hump.
All right. Okay. So wife is mad at everyone, but asked me to drop charges. I not only refused, but got restraining orders. Everyone's got court dates. So last month, she moved out the house. We are now headed for divorce. Yesterday, she came with one last offer for us to move cities and start over, but only if I drop the charges on her brothers and remove the restraining order. What does she mean, start over?
She moved out of the house.
I told her I would think about it, but I think I would rather get divorced. I honestly want to keep my family, but I don't believe she'll ever abandon her family for me. If I drop charges now, I doubt I can bring them back later. That's kind of sort of true, but not altogether true.
She already moved out. She made her decision.
I mean, her family kind of made the decision for it. If I'm fighting with the in-laws, if I get in a fight with family members, like that's a declaration of war. What do you think is going to happen after that?
That's what
I say if there's more than two people in a relationship, it is bad news bears.
It is bad news bears. 100%.
I mean, my ex-mother-in-law was the worst, and she was always in business. So she was the demise.
Oh, when's the last time you watched that movie, The Bad News Bears? Like, I'm talking about the original with Tatum O'Neal, 1976.
That was the year I was born, so I probably watched it in 1980.
God, Jennifer, you're old as fuck.
I know I am. I'm not.
I'm old too.
No, you're way younger. Shut up.
Well, I'm like 4 years. I was born in 80.
I know. I was born in 76. I'm a bicentennial baby. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you
Go
know
ahead,
this when I was in high school. That's pretty much what it was. No, we're getting old, man. There's no doubt about it. Oh, well, not Jennifer's not getting old. I'm getting old. How about that?
No, we're not getting. You know what I said? What did I say last week? I'm not getting old because I don't have children.
Well,
Oh,
aging is a privilege. We should all be thankful because the
Fuck
alternative
that.
sucks.
take this
You know what?
privilege.
I kind of agree with that a little bit. It's just like maturing. Maturing is a privilege. Yeah.
I was watching TikTok the other day and I came across this meme and it was like, since I've had kids, we still do all the same things.
No.
It's just the kids
No.
ruin it. Which is true. Every time we take the kids anywhere, it's like, fuck. We just
When
got
you try.
we got to keep them alive. That's this whole vacation is going to be keeping them alive.
That's what you're here for, to keep the kids alive. Yeah.
When we went to Hawaii,
Oh.
I saved Olivia's life multiple times. Almost lost my own in a riptide undercurrent.
Is she? Oh, she's older than Evelyn, right?
She's
She's
5.
It's 5.
Yeah.
Okay, she's 1 year older, right? Okay.
I got a video with her too. I'll show that one a little bit later. Maybe you can make that one like a
I'm coming to visit. I'm coming to visit you guys soon. I'll babysit while y'all go out and stuff.
My
Because
wife was just down in North Carolina. You know that?
What?
My wife was just down in North Carolina. Y'all could have linked up.
Oh, I wish you would have told me. I would have loved that.
They're last week. Yeah.
Yeah, Omar. I think when I first started watching you, you had just been to Charlotte for something, and you said you were just in Charlotte.
My
That
wife
maybe
was in Charlotte. I think it was my wife. If anybody was in Charlotte, it would have been my wife.
okay. Well, I don't remember, but I remember. I mean, all I know is I got called for jury duty one time, and that's when I knew I worked for an engineering company for 20 years, right? I had a week of jury duty. It was amazing. I love jury duty so much that I love my job.
Oh, I
I wanted to work on jury duty like all the time, but it was an attempted murder. It was so good. Such a great trial. Anyway, their courtroom, the courthouse is fucking badass. Charlotte Mecklenburg Courthouse is badass. Like in the jury room where you wait, like there's an upstairs where there's like a pool table.
Really?
Yeah, it's fucking badass. I'm telling you.
Sure.
Yeah, it's so nice. But anyway, I didn't mean to go there, but I think you said you had been to Charlotte for something, and I meant to ask you about that further, but whatever. And it doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Amy Bonner is in the chat. I think Amy needs to.
Oh, Amy, I love Amy. She's my girl.
Or like 2 peas in a pod.
Yeah, she's my girl.
Forrest Gump. Amy hasn't come back on the show since you guys were last on the show together.
I know. I need to see her.
Also, my voice is going to go at some point pretty soon.
Okay, well, we'll keep it short tonight. I mean, last night, I was kind of worried because I texted you yesterday and I was like, oh, something may be wrong. I hope everything's okay with your family,
Oh, I was fine.
So anyway,
My voice
so I
was
popped up and I was
fucked
like, oh, did you kick me out of here or what?
no, you were not kicked out. Nobody was kicked
No,
out.
I'm just fucking with you.
But I was prepping for a show. I was going to do my normal show. I tried everything I possibly could to get my voice in working order, just literally to make it make sounds that were not like screechy, puberty-esque.
Yeah,
like
today
voice cracking.
Better than it was yesterday. His
Yesterday
voice
was sounded like Ray Charles.
So he sounded like he was like 12 when
No, it was just raspy. It was bad.
It was bad. I couldn't make noises. I tried everything I could. I drank olive oil. I drank honey with hot water. Yeah, it was. I drank. I did a bunch of shit, man.
I was gonna say, my brother gave me oregano oil gel caplet things.
Yeah.
I don't like oregano.
Oregano was delicious in some menudo.
I mean, if you just a little bit, like I don't like an overpowering of flavors like oregano or garlic or whatever. But you don't taste it. But it kind of, as soon as you take it in like 10 minutes, I don't know, you kind of feel good.
Like you're high.
Oregano seed caplets, oil caplets. Yeah.
What are you drinking over there, Jennifer? You can't be the only one not drinking.
I'm drinking vodka.
I'm gonna be mad at you if you're not drinking.
I am drinking vodka.
Over here. I gave her a heavy pour.
What is your vodka of choice?
Tito's.
How did you know that?
Because you look like a Tito's lady. That's why.
And you know what? People love their motherfucking Grey Goose. Excuse my language, but that is not that good, actually. If
hey,
you,
Amy, you could
I love Belvedere is so much better than
Belvedere is good. Kettle One is good.
Kettle One is good too. Yeah, but Tito's every day. Tito's is good.
Amy's making excuses why she can't come on. She says, I just washed my makeup off. You don't even have to turn on your camera.
Just show her face. Yeah.
I'll turn off. I'll tell you what, she turn off her camera. I'll turn off my camera. How about that?
I don't think anybody cares to see you anyway.
Back to Reddit, babe.
Oh, well, no one cares to see me. That's cool. I didn't know who was going to show up tonight. I've never done a show this late. It's like bitch ain't wet.
I know. Hey, I think though, like last week at 8:00 my time, 5:00 your time. I think that was a really good time.
I agree. I try to do it again, and my voice is just
do it again. That's a really good time.
My wife is nagging my ass to like continue with the story, so I'm going to continue.
Oh, and I need to ask your wife too, because you spoke last week about doing a sports show too.
Oh,
how the hell is she going to deal with you because you're doing all this shit? You're working. You're doing 2 podcasts. You're doing 2 YouTube.
I kind of make her not feel it as much as I can. You know, it's like I got working hours, I got family hours.
Don't overdo it. Yeah, you got to deal with with your family.
Also, I could talk about sport. I don't need to prep for sports, man. I watch sports for fun. It's like that's something I could just talk about.
I can talk about football all day. And here, I was telling my brother last night, college football is just way too much, right? There's just too much to keep up.
I don't watch college football. Mm-hmm.
I don't either, because there's too much to keep up with. So what I do is I enjoy watching the draft, because that's way you know who they are and they're going to the NFL.
Why would you want to watch the draft though?
I enjoy it because I learn about the players that are going into the NFL.
But I mean, for your team or for all the teams?
All the teams, you kind of learn. Yeah.
I don't give a shit about who the 49ers are drafting in round 4, for example.
I like to learn a little bit about, I know a little bit about a lot. So there you go.
Well, that's the fool's errand, is to learn a little bit about a lot.
I swear to God, you and Andy Cakey would be like best friends. You guys have to meet. He's my best friend, and you guys would be like best friends. Anyway, keep going.
All right. My wife is giving me the side eye over here.
Your wife is like, do what you got to do. Shut up.
Like, look, man.
I'm trying to find out what happens with Sharon.
I will not be rushed. Okay. I don't think anyone is. Wait. I told her I would think. Oh, there was an edit. So this is the edit. So that was the end of the story. There was a proposition made. So this is the edit. So this blew up overnight. My wife's cousin DM'd me because she found it. She was there that day and told me to add some more context because her family is getting railed in the comments. She's right. So here's a few more things. I don't think anyone is evil in this situation. Everyone loves Sharon and her advice except me. That kind of makes him the asshole, doesn't it? She's not a mean person, but we are polar opposites in many ways. My wife is the baby and only girl. So I'm not sure that has a lot to do with our conflict. Sharon losing her shit on the police was uncharacteristic, and even I was surprised. My wife is a great mom and partner, but her inability to be independent of her mom's influence is our issue. She is mad at her brothers and isn't talking to either. She's also mad at her mom for starting the argument and refusing to release our son. What?
She's mad at everybody. I'd be mad at everybody.
She's also mad at her mom for starting the argument and refusing to release her son. She's just trying to find a middle ground. I genuinely think she hopes a fresh start can save her marriage. Until we moved into that house, I would say our relationship was good. As far as her brothers and the assault, I remember the first hit, but I was dazed and you got your ass beat down, bud.
He got knocked out on the first punch.
I feel like he's probably never been punched in the face ever in his life. And that was the first time I was like, fuck. This is like his brain's like, what was that? And he just went right out, went right to sleep. He's probably snoring the whole bit. Probably looked like a little bitch. The whole thing. Oh, it's a thing. If you've never been punched before and all of a sudden you're punched, your brain is like, what the fuck was that? And it shuts right off. I feel like this guy is probably grown irrationally confident in his ability to intimidate because he probably talks shit about his wife, talks all kinds of shit about his wife, and has not been checked by her brothers or anybody else that could defend her honor. That's my hypothesis. What do you think about that, babe?
I don't even know what we're talking about.
Well, I don't think there's anything to suggest that he's talked shit about his wife.
I'm reading between
They're
the
from
lines.
the South.
This is what I say. I feel like men who are abusive towards their wives. I'm just going out on a limb. I'm just gonna. I'm reading that this guy is probably verbally abusive with his wife. I think that he has an oversized sense of his ability to intimidate because he talks down to his wife, and he caught a beat down, and nobody's probably ever beat his ass before. That's why he took one hit and he was like put right to sleep. I feel like that's what happened. I feel like that's, maybe I'm wrong. You know, how heavy a pour was this?
It's a double.
I feel like I'm like
It's 2
0.1.
fingers.
I feel like I'm 0.15 right now.
Do you ever pour him just to
I overpour myself
To get him to be quiet?
I gave myself a
Do you
quadruple.
overpour him to knock him out?
Well, that's the only way to do it.
She's trying to get lucky later is what she's trying to do.
I would overpour so I didn't have to touch him. That's what I'm doing.
Fuck Jennifer.
Oh God, I can't even deal with it.
That was counter to the point I was making.
I know.
I feel like this guy has probably overestimated.
Let's keep reading.
Okay.
Let's see what else we can do.
I remember the first hit, but I was dazed immediately. The last thing I remember was flailing like a child while getting hit a few more times. What I don't remember is my kids screaming to stop hitting my daddy and then picking me up and dropping me on the lawn like trash. I have to acknowledge that my pride hurt more than my bruises.
As it would.
I genuinely liked both her brothers, and to be fair, fuck you and bitch came out of my mouth when I cursed out Sharon. I'm not 100% innocent. I'm willing to bet. Didn't I call this? Didn't I say that this guy probably earned what he got? This is the South.
That's the only thing I saw. This is the South.
I hate when people talk like that.
I know.
So the police even said, "What did you expect to happen?" I don't know if I stopped pursuing this, it would continue. Okay, here's what happened. This guy's been running his mouth for years. He's been running his mouth for years. His brothers was just wishing. I wish he would. I wish he would step out. I wish he would. And then he did. He was like,
and now they can't say no.
Fuck yeah. And they went all in on this guy. For the cops to say, what did you think would happen? Tells me that I was right. This guy, there's no chance that he was not verbally abusing his wife.
Yeah.
Talking shit about her and degrading her, whatever, and probably about her family. And for him to do it in live and living color, he wasn't expecting what he got, but he got all that he asked for. He just overestimated himself. And so is he the asshole? Yeah, I think this is the ass. This is, you know who this is? This is not River Phoenix. This is Joaquin Phoenix in Gladiator. This is that guy.
Yeah. I don't know that. I can't really watch movies. I'll fall asleep.
Love with the sister?
If you don't know, Joaquin Phoenix was the guy. He was not.
Oh, I know the Joker is like the best movie ever because I actually fell asleep in it because that's what I do. But I actually got up and like watched.
You're gonna have to think like 20 years prior to that. So in 2000,
River and
he was up for becoming the lineal emperor of Rome, right?
Okay.
But his dad said, you know what? I'm not giving the kingdom to you. You're not ready. You're not cut out for this, whatever. And he ends up killing his dad out of a great fit of sorrow and anger, whatever, rage. And because of his lineal bloodline to the emperor, is that what they call him? The emperor of Rome?
I don't even know who you're talking about right now.
Anyway, he takes over.
Caesar.
He was a little bitch, and he ended up getting his comeuppance in the movie. And I'm likening this guy to that. That's what I feel like is going on. His question was, is he the asshole? My answer to him is yes. What do you think about that?
If you say he's an asshole, I'm sure you're right.
Thank you, Jennifer, for the vote of confidence.
Well, when I start hearing that everybody else thinks that he's the problem except for him,
Oh yeah.
there's probably a reason for it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
I can just tell you this: the way families work, if you have multiple brothers that are protecting their sister, and they've been hearing stories about sisters
And their
husband,
mother.
and they start getting out of line and crazy with the mom, what do you think is going to happen? Like the cops say, what did you think was going to happen? My gay brother would jump into any fight that I got in to defend my mom. You know what? My brother would probably be first in line because he knew I would be coming up to follow up.
He would write the checks so you
I
could
would love to meet your gay brother.
He cashed all the checks.
I need to meet your gay brother too.
Oh,
my
it's
God.
hilarious.
I invited him on the show.
I would love to like talk to him like this. My brother's always like, "You want to go beat his ass right now? I'm gonna beat his fucking ass right now. Let's go." I'm like,
You want to beat my brother's ass?
no. My brother for me, he's like, "I'll go fucking beat his ass."
Oh, well, yeah, they would defend your honor.
Yeah,
100%
exactly.
would.
Yeah. No
and
matter
that's
what,
true.
they're gonna defend you. Yeah.
That's true of all of my siblings, sister or brothers. I'm the oldest, and so it's been my role for a long time now.
Yeah. I'm 7 years older than my brother. His birthday was yesterday. Yeah, I
Happy
think I'm
birthday
7.
to him. That makes him 43.
He just turned, what am I, 40? I'll be 49. He just turned 42.
You and Bruce are about the same age.
I know. Bruce and I are going to hook up one day. Mhm.
Well, I'll tell him that you said that.
I love Bruce. He's so sweet. And he's funny. He doesn't like to be hugged from behind.
By a guy. I don't
No,
think that he would
remember
be-
his, like, the lady that he worked with came up and hugged him from behind. Like, there's certain things that like I remember.
No,
I spoke
that is a
about.
real thing. That
What?
is
Yeah.
a real thing. I've been hugged
Does
from
not like
behind from a coworker that was male that was completely
Well, you can't do that if you're a guy.
like
It's
It
uncomfortable.
grossed me out.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly,
When-
you can't do that unless it's like your girlfriend or wife or family member. And even then, it's kind of fucking weird.
You know what? I went yesterday and I got back because I'm staying at my brother's for a little bit, and I came in and he goes, "You know what? You're really good." And then you came in, you're weird. Like, what happened to you? And I was like, I don't know. I ran into this guy at the store when I was picking up dog food, and like, I don't know. It felt like a bad energy. It kind of freaked me out, and it bothered me like all night last night. It was really weird. I don't know, but I don't even know when I went there. Sorry. Go ahead.
Well,
Hey.
Amy Bonner said that she's super fucking high, and that's why she doesn't want to come on the show. And my
Amy,
argument
we'll talk
to that,
soon. I love you, girl. You're
my
fine.
counter to that would be the perfect time to come on this show.
Hey,
especially
Omar,
when-
I know, right? It would be good. You don't have to show your face, Amy.
Yo,
Amy, you
I'm
remind me of my friend Dallas. Her name is Dallas, and she's got the curly hair like that. So
I'm
pretty.
not doing a professional Flad right now. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
We're just talking. It's
We're just talking shit, man.
Well, I know.
Anyway.
I need to. I was gonna write you. I'll write you this week, but I need to figure out how to start my channel because
Oh, I'll
I
talk
think
to you about
I
that.
should do it. My brother's like, you. I mean, it's
Start posting videos. You just gotta start. You just gotta start posting videos.
Yeah.
Like I think I started like 2 years ago. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I just started putting shit out there. I was literally using like Zoom
yes,
to record my
but the
videos.
more and more that you do, the better you get.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I enjoy watching like
dumb?
certain people, but I mean, I wouldn't do like a true. I enjoy true crime like so much. But like I would just do like have different people on because I know so many. You know, I told you about last week the mastermind. I know so many people that I'd like to have them on and I can promote their businesses and stuff. And I mean, like a holistic vet who's a rock star. She plays in her band. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys a funny story, and I would love to reach out to Brett Michaels. Okay, here's why.
Brett Nichols, the wrestler.
Brett Michaels from Poison. Here's why. Okay.
Poison.
Remember when he started? No, here's how I was. Okay, so do you guys remember when that show started? It was Rock of Love, when he did that show.
Like in 2004, VH1.
7. It was like 6 or 7 or
2007.
something like that. Yeah, right. Okay. So I met him And I just got up to the front. It was just him and his little band, not Poison. So the guitarist, I forgot his name. He said, "Hey, when you want to come meet Brett?" And I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, Gilly. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So I went to his, I got to go to the travel thing he was on, right? He's sitting on the stairs and I was the last person to get to meet him. So I was like, oh my God, he's going to take me home with him. I'm like, hell yeah. Right? That's what I'm thinking. So I go and meet him and he was like, hey, how are you? I was like, and he said, do you want a picture? Do you want to get a picture? And I was like, yeah. Do you have a camera? He said, no. Do you? No. This is before an iPhone. Probably like a year before an iPhone came out. And I didn't go to Eckerd's or the CVS or whatever to get a little disposable. So here I'm going, no, do you have a camera? Take a picture
You're
of us?
talking about a story from like
That
the
was a
90s
long
and shit.
time ago.
No, it was 2006 or 7. It wasn't going back to the 90s yet, okay?
Was
It
it
wasn't that
still
long.
disposable in 2006?
I forgot my story while I was telling you that story. But anyway.
There probably was. That makes sense.
But I mean, like, I just like the funny fucking stupid stories. And like, Amy and I talked about being puck bunnies. Like, we loved our hockey players, right? And I dressed up like a puck bunny for Halloween one year at work, and nobody knew what the
How
fuck
does
I
the
was.
puck bunny dress?
I was just gonna ask that.
Yeah, like a puck bunny is a groupie, a hockey group, like a groupie.
Well, I know, but how did they dress? Like,
well, I had a jersey on, like a hockey
Minimum?
jersey, and then I had bunny ears and a tail,
Mhm.
like a.
I would probably advise you to dress differently.
In the South, people don't get it. That was before the Hurricanes won the Stanley Cup. But anyway, yes.
Fucking Hurricanes. I haven't watched hockey since 2014 when the Kings won the Stanley Cup.
I love hockey. Anyway, I don't even know why I got on that. That was just talking about like
What?
the people I could have on a show.
You were in LA?
I sure was.
Doing what? Fucking around?
Games.
That's when I met my wife. It was like in 2015.
How did you guys meet?
Fucking Tinder.
It was
Shut
not
up.
Tinder.
What was it then?
Okay, Cupid.
Oh, the gay one.
You had like 50, but it was out of that one.
I had 50 what? Wenches?
Well, that too, probably. Also, realistically, you should only keep a deck of 5.
I only had so much time.
That's why.
I didn't have 50 anything. I can tell you that much.
I just can't even like date right now. Like, I just don't feel like it's comfortable.
What do you mean you can't date right now?
I don't know. Nobody's like, I don't know.
Well, you gotta stay in your lane. You can't be like trying to date the 22-year-old hockey players.
Yeah, I did hook up.
You gotta date the coaches. You know what I mean? You gotta stay. You gotta stay in your lane.
There's nothing wrong
That's a
with
double win for you.
If I was on the market right now, I would not be trying to date the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, man. I'd be trying to date their moms. You know what I mean?
Well, I did go to, I went to, there's this like country bar in Charlotte, right? And they have like, big singers that come in and do things there. So that's where I met my very first hockey player. And I went to his apartment after. I was like, man, you guys have these big thingies, these stick thingies. They're so big. That was stupid, right? That was very blonde of me, but whatever, who cares?
Pretty blonde.
But I went there with these young girls because you can get in when you're 18 at this bar, right? You just can't, drink. So these young girls were with me and they wanted me to take them because it's my daughter. I mean, we're my best friend's daughter. Okay. Right. So I took all them and there was this really cute guy and he was like, hey, do you want a drink? And I was like, yeah, I do. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. He came home with me. That was probably 3 years ago. I don't know. He wasn't legal. He told me a drink. He was 20, and I was like,
"You're not being mean crimes on live stream."
Let's not. Yeah, that's not.
Hey, that's fun. That's good stuff. So if you look that good to be the looking full age, then you're doing well.
Oh, I'll tell you what. When I was single, when I was on the market,
I love you guys. I'm coming to visit. Okay.
Oh, I had a rule. What was my rule? Oh, no younger than 25. No younger than 25.
Oh yeah, this one was like just turned 20, and I didn't know.
Yeah, you can't date. They're babies, man. It's like it's gross. It's like you're like a kid. What am I gonna do with you? What are we gonna talk about?
All you do is one night. That's okay.
Shit.
So to be clear,
I love you.
underage was under 21 and not 18.
You don't need a night with an underage.
He was under 21. He was just turned 20.
Okay, we just
Okay, 20 is
can't have
cool.
you admitting
20
to
is cool.
things.
Just Jennifer is not admitted to a crime, to be clear.
No, I did check the ID.
She checked
After I
ID.
lied because
She
he
had
did
a
say
reasonable basis to conclude that he was of legal age. What the fuck did this show turn into?
I don't know, but this is that's why it's like almost 1:00 here in Charlotte, North Carolina.
let's go back
Hey,
to Emma.
listen,
We're gonna
this
go on
is
to
guys,
next.
like I feel like we're family, so whatever.
Hey, did you pull a thing that you wanted to talk about, or am I gonna just go off of mine?
Go ahead, and we're not going to talk anymore about like my nonsense.
We're not gonna talk about any more about Jennifer's crimes.
Okay, but
Oh,
did we finish?
finish what? The fuck kind of question was
Did we finish with the first post?
it?
Hey, Jules in Minnesota, at least you didn't call it weird. A weird.
Oh yeah,
streak.
get a divorce, and that guy's an asshole, and he deserves to get his ass beat. That's my conclusion with him. I don't have any experience with dating younger women like that. I feel like I never did that thing, man. I never did that thing. It was just never attractive to me to like go under 25 years old. And even when I did go at literally.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's why you're a girl dad.
Yeah.
You're a good
You know,
man,
a
dude.
coworker of mine,
You're a good guy.
he was getting a divorce.
Spider
shortly
guy?
before no, the other one.
Stats guy?
The other one.
Who the fuck is the other one? I don't know what that means.
I love you two together.
You will know.
Who the fuck is it?
Okay. The other one that I
I
still
don't-
talk to.
Fucking Reading Rainbow? What is this shit?
The one that I still talk to.
Oh, the
Okay, yeah, but we're not gonna say names.
I know what you're
Okay.
talking about.
You've met him. You've hung out with him.
Yeah.
You've given him advice.
Many times.
And this is like a guy you went out with?
No, this is a coworker of mine.
Oh,
Yeah.
So he was getting a divorce.
Okay.
When we initially met, when Omar and I met.
Okay.
And
Goodness, I almost said his
he
name.
was he fresh on the dating scene after a divorce of like a 10-year plus marriage. He met 18-year-old twins and he invited them over and had a good time, and they had been over a couple of times, and then they started inviting other people over to his house because they knew where he lived and they knew that it was a fun place to hang out. And the next thing you know, he was telling me, he's like, these people that have been in my house, I saw them on the news and they're like wanted.
Shut up! Are you serious? Oh my
And they've
god!
been
no.
arrested and like all this craziness. And all because he was trying to get in good with 18-year-old twins.
Wait a minute.
What the fuck, dude? That guy's retarded.
You gotta pay attention to what Amy Bonner says.
Amy says, I dated my ex-fiance's roommate who
Who
also
also
played
played
hockey, and my friend
My
dated him
friend dated him
years
years
before
before.
he started
That's how I
dating.
met my best friend, like at a hockey party. I
I'll
was
tell you
throwing
what,
up, and she's
If
like, "I need to keep this girl close." I don't know why, because I was throwing up, but
Oh, wow.
no. But she's like, she's my competition. Got to keep your enemies close. Fuck
I'll
if I
tell
know.
you this.
Anyway, we became best friends, and she's still my very best friend today. So
if I ever became divorced, if
Don't
I ever
again.
became single
Don't do it.
again,
don't do it again.
If it
You
ever
landed
became
your
single,
woman, so stop.
I would bang a bunch of old ladies. That would be my. I would stay in my lane, man. It's like, hey, I think my age range would be like 40 and above.
What is your criteria? Like 40?
Not
And
a child. See, the problem is that I have.
You fall asleep after 9,
Oh.
and like,
I think that my criteria would be like, I don't want to hang out with you, so
You
you're gonna
know-
go home afterwards. So we're gonna go.
I
we're
just
gonna
can't
go
do
to
like
them.
age is only a certain, it's a mindset, right? For sure. But like
No,
my
no,
mindset,
no
like
physical
somebody
limitation.
60. I don't know how to do that.
It does have physical limitations, Jennifer. That's why you like them young boys, them 22-year-olds.
Yeah. And I guess because I'm short, I'm like 5'1", basically. I'm like,
Oh, you're like a midget.
I am. I'm very
What is the height limitation for midget?
4'10".
Okay, so you're not a midget, but you're pretty.
No, I'm not. I'm not a little person, but I never knew I was short
I have
until
a friend,
I was older.
4'11", that gave me that information.
We are not little people. We are not that.
I
I'm not going to
didn't
be.
know
I'm not
that
going
was
to be. I'm not
4'11".
going to say fat and like rude things tonight. I'm going to be.
I remember
keep it together.
No. Well, we've already gone through the weird
Very
things.
short. But I think that's like short with no kids. Like I think it keeps me younger. I don't know.
I agree with you that
Heels.
that age is a mentality.
Yeah.
But I could just tell you, if I was single, I would probably stick with my age range. I would not be trolling for 20. My part
Well,
of
I'm
it
not
is
trolling to date a 22-year-old.
Plus or minus 7.
You don't
when I
troll.
met you, I told you that you were too old for me. And I
Shut
told you
up.
that you were too old for me because Muslims, the Nation of Islam, said that the proper age range for a wife is half your age plus 7.
I've
Which
heard that before.
For me, would have been 25, which made you expire. So, like, hey, obviously you're not a candidate, so get what you get.
I've always dated younger people. I don't know.
I mean, I said I didn't believe that. I'm just saying that was what I read when I was 18, and it always stuck with me. It's like, wow, what an
Well, no, half your
arbitrary-
age plus 7. That came from Parks and Recreation. Remember when
No,
Andy
that came from the
Dwyer
Nation of Islam, from Elijah Muhammad.
Oh,
when
I'm
he
thinking
was
Parks and Recreation
advancing-
with Andy and April.
Well, they stole it from him.
Like, is that the Quran?
I guess so.
I don't believe that's in the Quran. I think that was a manifesto of Elijah Muhammad, who was a cult leader. He killed Malcolm X.
Oh God, now we're getting deep. Don't go deep.
I wasn't. I just made a statement. That's all, Jennifer.
I saw a documentary.
Oh, Jennifer, you need another shot. What the fuck? I'm like 0.20 right now. I can't
That's
be the
not
only
water.
one drinking like.
No, it's not water.
That's a heavy pour. Jesus, don't drink all of that, Jennifer. That's not a good idea.
It's spread.
I'm not going to. Crazy. It's a sipper.
I
It's a
mean, you
sipper.
fucking poured it. Why would you pour it if you're not going to drink it?
That's all I have left. Is that and I pour it in the thing. I save it for I save it for your show. I'm trying to be a better person and like
You thought that you were getting too mean for my show. You see the shit that I
No.
man.
But last week I was like, the fat guy, and then I was like, oh, I didn't mean that, and then I
You
said
were
something.
good one last week, but you're also, I
You
felt
were
like
not.
I've written you the next day and said, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I was wrong, I shouldn't have said that.
never
You don't need
apologize
to
for that shit.
apologize to Omar. You need to apologize to the fat guy.
Yeah,
I
apologize.
need to apologize to people,
I'm talking about me.
but I feel bad, like I shouldn't have said this or that.
What did you
I
say?
don't mean to be mean.
Boy.
I really don't. I try. I mean, I really don't, because I believe karma is a bitch. But
I guess
I think I need to be a little meaner in life because it ain't getting me
Jennifer,
anywhere being nice right
I
now.
think the moral of our story is I think you need to stay in your lane a little bit. I think you
Okay.
should give 40-year-old dudes a chance. Like you're over here trying to hook up with Bruce. He just turned 50. He's not
Bruce?
22.
I love
man.
Bruce. He's a precious
You don't
little
have
angel.
22-year-old skills anymore.
But Bruce is not a coach.
No, he would be the coach. He would be the general manager.
He would be the coach, but he is
He's
not.
not playing with that tall stick. He might have a stick. I don't know.
He's got antlers.
I know what kind of stick Bruce got.
Playing. He's teaching.
Maybe you could coerce him into a dick pic.
Oh my lord!
I'm not gonna do that.
Like hell, you ain't.
Oh my god! But I did. Bruce from Oregon. He's so precious, though. I love him. He's so sweet.
Bruce is a G, man. I love
And he's
Bruce.
an engineer, and believe it or not, is like sometimes dumb blonde, and I act sometimes, and I have some blonde stupid moments. He's an engineer, and I worked with engineers for 20 years, and I have like the best relationships with them. I had a golf tournament one time, right? So I worked with electrical and mechanical engineers, right? No idea what I was doing when I started that job. Okay, no fucking clue. I was still going to school. I love Amy. She's writing. So I had a golf tournament, and this other girl that was supposed to come, she couldn't make it to help me. So I was by myself. So here I am. I was probably like 105 pounds, driving around at 22 years old on this little golf cart. And beer's like bouncing out, because I'm going over the speed bumps, the golf course. And then I hit this like thing, and I couldn't turn around because I didn't know that the golf cart did not have a reverse. I didn't know I didn't know how to reverse the golf cart.
Okay.
I was doing the Austin Powers, the Austin Powers, the first one. He was like, back it up. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Doing that. Nobody was around me because, I got the beer to the people and whatever. So I get back to these guys, and I'm like, guys, why don't they put a fucking reverse in the golf cart? And they're like, are you fucking kidding me, Jennifer? You can tell me how to spec in like fucking servo motor, but you can't reverse a golf cart?
See, Jennifer, that's not the kind of story that you should
They taught me how to do it. I actually tried to pick up the golf cart. Like,
what do you mean pick? Oh my God.
I tried. Yep. Yeah.
Oh, Jennifer, we should play golf. We should play golf.
I'd love to play golf. And I have clubs. I love to play golf. I suck.
As long as you get your own clubs, man, it don't matter if you suck. We're just gonna drink whiskey and smoke cigars and hit the shit out of the ball.
Every year, my girlfriends do a ladies on the links, and it's a Halloween, and so they pick out like 1 year they were like dressed up like Barbies.
Could I just say something? I can't think of anything more boring than to go on an all girls like golfing session. It's like fuck. You know what? Y'all just play by yourselves. I'm gonna go on.
It's so stupid, but it's so fucking fun because they do every year. They do like 1 year is like you dress up for Halloween, but it's like 1 year's like Barbies, 1 year's villains, 1 year's like Vegas, so 1 year I dress up like just a dirty slut. The Barbie, I have my realtor license, so I dress up like a Barbie realtor or whatever, But it's just fun. But I really do suck at golf, but I enjoy it.
Well, let me ask you a question, Jennifer. What kind of man are you trying to attract?
Right now, I don't know. Nobody. I don't know.
Because if you're trying to,
I'm trying to figure out me and like myself right now.
My wife is giving me signals. What does that even mean?
She's like, Omar, shut the fuck up. What?
She's doing this. I don't know what that means.
Round it up. Like, get back to the Reddit.
Fuck the Reddit. How about that?
Yeah. I like talking. This is fun. I love you guys. You guys are
What
awesome.
kind of man are you trying to attract?
Your family now. Somebody who's stable and kind, and
if you're trying to attract somebody that's stable and kind, you're talking about somebody in their 40s.
Right, of course. I'm not trying to look for somebody in their 20s. That's just for one night.
Okay.
Or two.
So that requires a certain level of presentation, completely different from what a 20-year-old looks for. I'll tell you what, 20-year-olds look for something.
I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. If I just because meeting you guys here online, I mean, if I met Bruce in person, I would be attracted to him. I think he's a nice guy, and I think he's cute. He's grounded.
He's single.
He's grounded, and
he's got a good career.
Grounded and kind, and I enjoy. You know what I enjoyed?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I enjoyed about last week? I wrote on the chat because he said his wife kept his last name, and I wrote and I said, "Do you remember Joe Bennett on The Office? When Kathy Bates is Joe Bennett? She came on The Office and she said, they're like Miss Bennett, and she goes, "No, honey, I'm Mrs. I kept the last name to piss off the new wife." right? And so I wrote that, and he laughed. He's like, that is so funny, because he said it was weird. His wife kept his last name, and that's what made me think about that Joe Bennett. Like, no, honey, Wait, she said something about Pug Bunny. I love her.
Puck Bunny.
Yeah, Amy said something Pug Bunny. I love Amy.
I don't see any Puck Bunny comments.
Whatever. We'll move on. Amy and I are going to talk offline though. No, but I'm not. Honestly, to be quite honest with you, Omar, I'm not even like looking right now.
No, nobody's ever looking for anything, but they're kind of secretly looking.
But when you don't look is when you find.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
But then there's a such thing as like purposely not looking because you're looking. You know what I mean?
Now
Like
you're
I'm
just
not looking for anything because I know that things just happen by chance, but you're kind of looking.
now you're just drunk, Omar.
I might be. I'm like 0.2.
I know you're funny. You're funny when you drink. Come on.
No, but like people that say that, like, oh, I'm not looking for anything because I just,
I actually haven't. You know what I keep close to me are people that I've known before. Just because they're safe.
I missed what you said, Jennifer. I'm sorry.
I know you're fluid. No, I keep people that I've known before close.
Oh,
they're safe. They're safe.
Well, there's always the safe, tried and true. There's always the safe, tried and true, but they're never going to be like Prince Valiant. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I would like to find it. I don't want to live in Charlotte anymore. I'm ready. I'm done. I don't want to be here anymore. I've lived here all my life.
Charlotte is the cost of living is low.
It's
is
decent.
like
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
It's like a red and a blue state. It could go either way.
Sometimes it's just about having a new adventure.
Right. I'm ready for a new adventure. And
Where
honestly,
do you want to live?
I want, honestly, okay, so I have a book, right? And I was talking to a publisher. I just feel like I'm getting screwed again. So I got screwed out of a deal, really. But my thought process was like, okay, once I get this, the book out there, because it's a children's book about my dog, Roy Randall. That was my old last name. Roy Randall was the dog's name. And because I thought, people have a hard time saying their R, like kids have a hard time with their R's, like Omar Serrano, their R's are hard. And I was going to change my dog's name from Roy. And I was like, Roy Randall, that's a cool name. So anyway, I got screwed out of some money. And my goal was to, get that published and then move to New York. That's what I would really like to do. But I'm just I'm in purgatory, I guess you'd say right now.
Purgatory.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of women like you that would probably describe their situation the same.
Yeah.
In like purgatory. Like, I don't know.
But you have to accept it. You have to accept it. You have to accept it because you're here for a reason. You have to figure out like your shit, You got to figure that shit out. I got to figure out what the fuck is like. I let this ex-husband beat, not beat me. He didn't beat me, but I let him
bang
my brain got me. Like, and I joke and say, remember in the 90s that like no fear shirts and stuff, no fear. Okay. So like fear is something I always thought jealousy and envy were like the worst things in the world. Right. But actually fear is the worst. Fear is the worst thing. And it will handicap you it's just debilitating, it's so hard. So I'm trying to work through not being fearful of everything right now. So, I got to work on me before the right person is there for me.
Well, what advice would you give to this next person? Let me share this next story. We're on story.
Please do. Your wife is like,
she's looking at me funny.
She's so sweet. I know. Go ahead. Get to it.
She looks at me funny all the time. I don't give a shit.
Shut the fuck up.
She's looking at me funny all the time. I was like, look, man, I'm doing what I do.
I don't know where you'd be without her because I can tell she keeps you straight.
Oh, I know where I'll be. I'll be in Italy, on the shores of Italy, models and bottles.
Like 22-year-olds, like figuring how old they are. You would be.
I'll be rich as fuck. I'll be the rich single dude, the most interesting man in the world. It's what I'll be.
And so the okay, go on, keep going.
You would be in ghetto ass Pomona in your 2-bedroom.
With the people. When I first brought her to my place, I was running this place. It was in this ghetto ass part of California because it was just me. When I give a shit, man. But in the master bedroom, in the closet, there was a door. The closet door had a peephole in it. That was exactly the right height for if you were sitting down and looking through the peephole.
Midget height.
Oh, like my height.
It's like, what the fuck is that about? She was like, what is this peephole about? I promise there's not a camera on there.
On a closet door.
I promise there's not a person in there looking through the peephole.
So how long did you guys date before you got married?
Fuck, I don't know. A couple years.
You should know.
3
years maybe.
So you guys met in 15, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Met in
15.
President's
got married
birthday.
in 18.
Okay.
In 2015. Got married in 18, maybe 17.
Mm-hmm. 18.
We moved in together in 17.
17. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Married
Well,
in
you were just
19.
a little bit so good. Okay.
Oh, but like she was like hounding me about it, man. She was like, I don't understand why we're not married. I don't understand.
No.
She did not do that. I can tell she's not that person. She's not that girl.
Right. It's kind of what, well,
So,
we had a
you know,
whole journey.
I
I
have
told you
very clear expectations of where this relationship
I have expectations.
could
I need to know
be.
where this is going to go. I don't want to waste my time if this is not the real deal. I was getting into that kind of, you know what I mean?
I was
So
very clear.
how far in age are you? What difference? Age difference
5
are you?
years.
5 years?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're 40. You're 45.
I'm 44.
You're
She's
gonna be
39.
45. Okay, what?
I
You know
just
what I
turned
mean.
44. I do.
Come on, 1 year. Come on.
All right. 1 year then. Round up.
I know I'll be 49.
45 then, Jennifer.
49. It's a weird thing to think about because
Wait,
I've
are
always
you 48 or are you 49?
28. I'll be 49 in April.
Oh, you're not even 49 yet.
I got engaged on April Fool's Day. I got married on April Fool's Day.
What a day. Was it like a public proposal?
No, I was trying to get my best friend Shelly. Her last name was Shaver. She was like, I gotta shave my legs. Because I'm like, let's go to the beach, let's walk, you know? And we'd stay up to like 4 a.m. And he had this whole thing planned. And people, oh, whatever. And I was like, I'm just not kind of that. I don't know. I'm sentimental and I have a big heart, but I never thought about getting married. You know, I just wasn't that like, oh, big Barbie dress and shit like that. That's just not
Barbie
me.
dress.
Yeah, I'm just not that kind of girl. I'd rather do something very simple, you know, go to the courthouse or something. So
Completely understand.
But I did have a big ass fucking wedding party and it was fucking amazing. It was right. You could see Fort Sumter because it was in Charleston. It was right at Fort Sumter. It was beautiful. And I actually told the photographers, like, I want the, you know, the container ship to go by. And actually, while we were getting married, container ship came by and it was in the background. He was like, no bride I've ever talked to has ever wanted a container ship to go through in the wedding. You know? I was like, but it's cool. I mean, that's Charleston, you know? Yeah, Charleston. I met him through people here. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a story. Okay, so I met him through friends of mine, right, in Charlotte, but he had already moved to Charleston, but he grew up here and went to a very expensive private school here. He was best friends with David Flair, who is Ric Flair's son. So my ex-husband's dad was Ric Flair's best friend. You know who Ric Flair is, right?
Of course. Isn't Ric Flair's son dead?
No, he's alive. But Charlotte Flair's his daughter. She's the one. Her name is Ashley, really, but she's a wrestler now. Anyway, so I remember it was like Bill and I started dating like 1 month, and he was like, "Hey, David Flair's birthday is next month. You want to come with me?" So Sullivan's uptown Charlotte, and I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna meet Ric Flair." I've always loved wrestling. Me and my grandpa used to love it. My granny used to piss me the fuck off because she'd be like, "Now, little Jenny, you know that's just ketchup. They're cutting razor blades packages of ketchup, right?
Oh, it's not ketchup.
It's not real, you know.
It's pretty fucking real. You ever saw the movie The Wrestler with
Busey, Gary Busey, maybe?
not Gary Busey. No.
Well, let me tell you what I did, Rick.
It had what's her face in it? That one lady. Gosh, The Wrestler, 2008.
Yeah, it was Gary Busey was in that movie, I think.
He was not. No. You got the wrong guy. The Wrestler movie.
Oh,
It was shit. Who was it? Oh, Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, the guy that his face changed.
A whole lot. His face changed a lot.
Mickey. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna watch that movie tonight while my wife goes to sleep.
I knew it. Anyway, what I wanted to tell you is I was so excited to meet Ric Flair, right? Because I've always loved wrestling. I told you painting my grandpa's toenails. So my grandpa and I used to watch wrestling all the time, right?
Why the fuck would you want to paint your grandpa's toenails? What the fuck?
I told you he had nice nail beds. Come on. He had all girls. Like he had 3 girls and then there was me. So anyway. So my grandpa
in no time in my life will any of my girls ever do anything like that to me.
Will you please make sure his toenails get painted tonight? Okay.
Shit.
After he watched the wrestling.
It'll happen.
I know. I can't wait. But so I met.
We talked about the time
when I met Ric Flair.
He got mascara on.
When did I ever get mascara on? There's no mascara. There's no mascara story.
You know they put mascara on you.
And the lip plumper on.
Lip plumper.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're just making shit up. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Both times.
I feel like I'm a Serrano. I feel like I'm in the family now. I'm like little Southern sister adopted. I met Ric Flair. Okay, so I have to tell you this little story because when I met him, I was so excited. One of my best friends at work would walk by me and she'd be like doing that little dance, walking by me like that, like he does, like styling, profiling, dancing. So when I met Rick, Rick's like, Bill, how did you get this girl? I don't know how you got her, whatever. So we were talking, and I was like, oh, look, you got your little cauliflower ear. Because he had a cauliflower ear. And I was like, oh, look, you got a little cauliflower ear. So I thought he was going to say, yeah, Dusty Rhodes or Hulk or somebody just dropped down on him and busted it or something. I thought he was going to tell me a great story about that, right? Nope. He said, get away from me now.
What?
Now. Yeah. He said, get away from me now. And I was like, oh my God. I didn't know what to do. I was so upset. I'm very sensitive and I can be a hard ass, but like things like that make me cry. So I walked over to Bill and Dave, his son. Dave used to wrestle too. You can look him at Dave Flair.
Hey, Jennifer, what would you say that your blood alcohol level is right now?
I don't know much. I just I got it. Anyway, so what he said to me, I was so upset and my heart was broken because I thought he would tell me something, like a funny story about. So I went and told Bill and Dave, and Dave's like,
I don't know who Ric Flair is. I'm sharing my screen with images of Ric Flair. This is him.
Right. That's Ric Flair. Woo! Right on Space Mountain. So Dave said, don't worry, Dad'll be fine with you in a minute. He won't even remember. And I was like, okay. All right. Next thing you know, I have a picture of me with Rick. I'm in a headlock with Ric Flair. So, but I just thought I was going to get a really good story. I didn't know he was going to be mad at me.
Why was he mad at you?
Because I said, look, you got a little cauliflower ear.
I promise he wasn't mad at that. I promise.
Dave said he wasn't either, but he said, get away from me right now. So,
well, maybe you were just getting on his nerves.
I was getting on his nerves.
Maybe it had nothing to do with cauliflower.
I pissed him off. I got on his nerves so bad.
Maybe it's like, lady, I've had enough.
Well, I mean, I just thought it was cute, and I don't know. My blood alcohol then was probably very high.
What's your blood alcohol now?
Now,
Shit,
I don't know. I didn't even have a drink until we started.
2 fingers, and they're lady fingers.
Okay, so we're talking about 4 ounces. Shit.
No, you're the one that's fluid with the booze.
Oh, I'm probably 0.20. I'm 100%.
Well, your wife we'll make sure you get to bed and watch The Wrestler tonight.
Hey, babe,
What?
you want to be Ric Flair tonight?
The fuck? Kind of weird ass request was that?
Figure 4.
You want me to wear the underwear or what?
They're looking a little, fresh.
What's looking for? What the fuck are you talking about?
Yo, I tell you, I've met people and I do the stupidest fucking shit. Like, I don't mean to, but I just blonde moments or whatever. But that's
I've so lost the tenor of the show.
I know we just have this is like fun night is like family law after dark. It's not even law anymore. We're done.
I don't know
Right,
what
it's
we're doing.
so
Anymore.
long.
What the fuck is this show right now? Jesus Christ.
Are we gonna do one more?
My wife
Do
was
one more so we actually
underwear.
say we've done something, and we'll do one so we say, I came on here for a reason.
All right. Well, let's do
Other
this
than
one.
making you laugh and talk about Bruce and young boys.
I'm going to tell Bruce that you want to bang him. I'm going to
Yeah,
tell
you
him.
can. That's fine. I'll come to Oregon.
Tell Bruce that she's been talking.
Tell
about
me
Bruce
you don't want to. I won't tell
and
him
young
that.
boys.
No, I said tell Bruce I'll come to Oregon. We'll bang.
Oh. He's gonna watch this show later. He'll
I love Bruce. He's so sweet. He's such a nice guy.
Oh, he's not that sweet.
And you know what? That's important. Is like somebody who's very, very nice. So, because
This is one for
I
the
have a question. I have a question.
There is a
I'm
thing
sorry.
as too much nice.
because
But I
you
have a
look like a
question
bitch.
for you though. You know how people
Nice.
change, in life and
Nobody
stuff.
changes in life, Jennifer. How did it change? If you examine it honestly, how often did it really
People change for the worse.
for the worse
'Cause
or
you would always try to change for the best, right? I mean, I would think so. Most people
Well,
try to change for the best.
I think what happens is people are very hopeful in their youth. And in their youth, I mean like in their 30s and 40s. And then when they find out it's not going to happen, they just like fucking lose it.
I'm
And go
young.
off the rails.
Yeah, I know. It's very weird that because my ex-husband would say to my best friend, talk bad about me, and my best friend's like,
Kind of bang.
she's the same person. She's the same exact person. She's never changed. He was the one that changed. So I'm still kind of questioning, like things like that. So so if I don't date or whatever, I mean that's fine with me.
Jennifer, let me just tell you this. As a married guy, I'm not a single guy. I'm just going to tell you this.
Duh.
There is plenty of single men like from ages 35 to 55.
Not 22. I know that. I get it.
Fuck the 22-year-olds. Like, what are they going
I
to do?
know. I don't know why you're stuck on that.
I was not. I did not even bring it up. I'm just
Well,
saying.
I thought you were reverting back to that. So go ahead.
No. There is nothing wrong with being single in your late 40s.
No, I'm
Nothing.
happy with it. I'm fine
Nothing.
with it.
There's nothing with being single in your late 50s, 60s. I'll tell you what. I watched this YouTube video of this centenarian. She was 100 years old. She was asked, what is her biggest regret in life? You know what she said? If I had it to do over again, and she was like 101 years old, she said, I would have never got married.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got married.
She said, it held me back. I could have done all this other stuff. I had a career that I started in my 50s. I could have started it way earlier. If I had to do over again, I would have never married any motherfucker, is basically what she said.
I wish I wouldn't have got married. I wouldn't have got married.
Her reasons for saying that had nothing to do with love or romance. Her reasons for saying that had everything to do with her personal identity.
Right, exactly.
And the mark that she was leaving on the universe.
Yeah, exactly.
The reality is, you and I have look, I don't know what your religious affiliation is.
I'm a Satan worship. I'm just kidding.
Whatever it is. There are people that believe that we're living in a simulation, that we are a pocket of information that has been constrained to our DNA, that is going to be recycled in the future. There's people that got crazy ideas out there, right? All I'm saying is that in your lifetime and in our lifetime, there's no telling. You know, her whole purpose was for what I wanted to do in my life. I should have never got married. It was a stupid fucking thing.
You know, I mean, quite honestly, I wish I would have not got married because I'm the one that made money.
Had a bad experience. And this lady had a bad experience. She had a bad experience. She was single from like age.
I didn't want to get married. I never wanted to get married. That was not. I never wanted to get married. It wasn't something that's up front, you know, in my mind. It was just like, you know, if it happens, it happens.
Can we not talk about the marriage part of it? Because a great movie once said, "What we do in life echoes in eternity."
Are you talking about Interstellar?
I'm talking about Gladiator.
We're back on Gladiator. I love it.
I don't even remember what I was going to say.
I know we just you know what, this is what I love about this when I can just talk. We can just like go off whatever, because and you know how Brad and Bruce bringing us back in.
Or not.
Bruce would ask you for, you know what, I don't accept your speculation and bullshit. I need to see a spreadsheet. All right, Bruce, here's your fucking spreadsheet from my ball sack. How about that?
I could give Bruce a spreadsheet.
I don't think Bruce is interested in
your spreadsheet.
I think he wants to make the spreadsheet himself.
He does. He does.
That's okay.
He doesn't want to deal with
I love Bruce. He's just so sweet. He's so sweet.
You know, I have theories about Bruce that I'm going to share for when he's on the show.
Okay, yeah, we'll have to talk about that next time.
Well, I don't want to bring it up.
Family Law After Dark making moves.
Making moves? Who's making moves?
I'm just kidding. I was just making.
Jennifer's making moves.
Thank
Jennifer
you.
wants to bang Bruce.
I love her.
Let it be recorded in a flat history.
I have a crush on Bruce. I do. I have a crush on Bruce. He's precious. He's sweet.
That's gonna be the first
love connection.
No, what do you call it?
It will not be. It will not be. There's been others.
Oh, really? Okay, I need to learn more about him.
I can't say shit. It's trying to client privilege, Jennifer.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, that's right. He did tell me how you guys met. I totally forgot though. He'll have to tell me again.
Oh, I met because like there was this weird fucking person that was I didn't know. He was a part of Dave Neal's camp, and I was very new on the Laura Owens case, and I wasn't sure about people that were contacting me, and I was contacting him about who the fuck is this person. That's how me and Bruce got into contact. But Bruce is a G, so me and him have been hanging out ever since, and so it's been cool.
He's sweet. I like him. He's just like a cool dude. Yeah. No, and he's very easy to talk to, and he's also dry funny, which I love. Dry funny. Yeah. Engineers, I guess, because I basically grew up with them, like working with an engineering company from 20 years old to 40 years old. Yeah, that's kind of embedded in me a little bit. And you know, if you talk about engineering stuff, I know what the fuck you're talking about. You know, I might not know that there's a reverse in the fucking golf carts, but I do understand things.
I'm going to get into this hypothetical because I promised to do Flad, and we've done one show in an hour. So I got to get this one out, man. I got to bang it out, man.
Bang it out. Let's go. We got to go to bed because it's like 1:36 here.
Hey, you don't want to go to bed and go to bed, but I'm not. I'm staying up. I don't give a fuck.
You got to watch The Wrestler.
What?
That's one of my top 50 movies of all time. The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke. Mostly because of Marissa Tomei is like
Oh my God, that's like George Costanza and Marissa Tomei.
Do you know my favorite Mickey Rourke movie is a documentary?
Really?
Is it a documentary? Oh, it's an alien one. I know what you're talking about. He did voice acting on a documentary.
I don't know much about Mickey Rourke at all.
Mickey Rourke was like in a softcore porno.
I know he did. Oh, he was. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
but I love Seinfeld so much. That's why I named my cat Kramer. Kramer is one of my favorite characters of all time. And The Office. Office is my favorite show. Seinfeld and The Office.
The Office. Okay. The screen is shared.
Office or
The real,
You know
the
what?
American Office.
I'm gonna cut everybody off. Fuck this. We got to get into hypo number 2.
Okay,
Please
go.
don't. Okay, here we go. This person wants to know: am I the asshole for telling my husband I won't hang out with his ex-wife?
No.
Who would say yes to that?
No, she and I were like, nope.
Who would say yes? But without even reading this, I could tell you,
You know,
in good
I did
confidence,
read it.
and my wife would confer that I've never had any conversation with my ex-wife on purpose.
Do you communicate with do y'all communicate your ex-wife?
I have no reason to communicate with my ex-wife. Me and my ex-wife have like an 18-year-old together.
Right, I know you had a
Her
daughter.
for.
Yeah.
But before.
And the times that I would communicate before, what was your experience of those communications?
Only when necessary.
Only when necessary, and it was always shitty.
Where did you live in Ohio before, Omar?
Columbus,
Where, Columbus? Okay.
Buckeye Town.
Oh, okay.
About 15 minutes away from the stadium, from the school.
Okay.
From Ohio
Well,
State.
you know, the guy that you remind me so much of, Andy Keiki, he's an attorney. He lives
You know
in
what? Bring him on Flad. Bring him on Flad.
You know what? I'm gonna have to because he and Brett are like my best guy friends in the world. And
keep
they
telling
went
me about
to
that guy.
Cincinnati law school together.
Cincinnati's like a couple hours down south.
Bearcats. Okay. So they
Yeah.
went to school together, so law school together. And so Brett's been divorced once, but they fight, they make fun of each other about divorce and stuff. So Andy's been divorced twice, and so it's like a big, it's a fucking joke shit. And Andy would love
like the perfect kind of guy to come on Flad.
honestly, you and Andy, like once you met, you'd like be talking every day because he's real deal like you. Yeah.
Well, just keep in mind that I don't really talk to anybody.
I would definitely have him come on.
But have him come on for sure. That would be
for sure.
All right, let me get into
I'll talk to him tomorrow. But go ahead, finish. I'm sorry.
Just have to take a piss. I don't know what she's doing. She's out. I need her to commentate on this, and she's left.
I know she would be perfect for this. No, she's like, I'm tired. I'm
I
tired
don't
of
know
Jennifer.
what she's gonna say. I don't know what she's there's no scenario where she would appreciate me talking to my ex under any circumstance.
Oh God. Okay. So if she's no. Go ahead.
All right, she's back. All right, let me start.
Read it because my eyes. I need to take my contacts out.
All right. So I'll try to make this short. I met my husband 7 years ago when he was going through a divorce. When his ex-wife found out about me, she did everything she could to make my life miserable, including having friends of hers come to my house and threaten me. How does that work?
What? Say that one more time. I'll try to make this short.
Having friends of hers come to my house and threaten me. So they were in a very contentious divorce, and he told me he hated her. They had a 4-year-old child that they share 50-50 custody of. After some years and things have calmed down, we have all managed to be cordial to each other for the sake of sports games or of the child. You read. I can't. My voice is going. You read this shit. Put some life in your voice if you could.
Oh my God. So basically, I don't know.
A lost puppy and talks about old memories when they are together.
Talking about old memories. So for the sake of the child, I kept the peace. Recently, it was presented to me that we should go on a double date with her and her new. Why the fuck would you ever do that?
Who would propose that? That is a bad idea.
There's no scenario where that's going to turn out well. I discreetly told my husband.
Did you pick these out?
I did pick these out. I didn't read them ahead of time, but I picked them
I got to
out.
do it for next week for you. I really seriously got to make that a goal.
You have that option. Everybody has that option.
I know. I'm
Send
going
your
to.
ideas to the tilted lawyer at
Yeah, I'm going
gmail.com.
to keep talking.
Okay, so I kept peace. Recently, it was presented to me that she would go on a double date with her and her new boyfriend. I discreetly told my husband that the idea sounded awful. So he sent out a group text to his and told everyone that I was an asshole for not wanting to hang out with this lady. His family's acting like I need to get over it and go hang out with a woman that I don't trust and don't like. I feel like I'm living in the Twilight Zone. Yeah. All right. I have my answer. I'll let you ladies go first.
It's not an option.
He is retarded.
He's a freaking retard. He is a
It's
retard.
the R word.
There's not an option here. I mean, this isn't. I'm got nothing. I got nothing.
He wants to hang out with his ex. Why?
That's stupid. Unless
There's
you like
no
best
reason.
friends. I don't know.
If it's not a co-parenting thing,
Yeah.
there's no need.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I could tell you, I have a bunch of exes, man. I've talked to 0 of them. 0 of them. Since we ended the relationships, whenever that would have been. 0 of them.
I just never had relationships after like 28 years old. I was just like always just kind of myself. I just, yeah, I didn't want to settle down.
Hold on, rephrase. I don't think you realize what you just said.
I do. I sound like a whore.
Never had a relationship after 28 years old?
No, I did. I just didn't. I was just so independent and I did my own thing. I just didn't. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I just really didn't care to have a relationship.
So you were ambivalent about every relationship that you had post 28 years old?
I can tell you there one boyfriend I had that asked me to marry him and I didn't, right? And then there was one I would say would be the best boyfriend. He's married. He's a great person. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I always one guy told me one time the most beautiful Greek man I've ever seen in my whole life. George Zorbas is his name, actually.
Totally know who that is.
You might. He lives in California. He did live in California. He said, "You like live in this world. You know this town. There's so many people in the world, you know." And after he told me that, I was like, "Yep." I just didn't settle down. And I mean, I really do wish I would not have gotten married. But it did teach me a lot. But I'm recovering from what
Here's what I feel like with you, Jennifer. I feel like your entire philosophy on marriage would be different if you didn't date a guy that banged your fat neighbor.
Fatty McNeighbor, right?
Yeah.
And our pastor.
He banged the pastor too?
No, he married the girl that married us.
Oh.
He cheated on me with the friend of ours who married us.
I feel like if you met
Fatty McNeighbor?
No, Fatty McNeighbor lived in my neighborhood.
If you met a guy that didn't do that, I feel like
he cheated on me. He cheated on me and left me for the girl that actually did our vows.
Married you guys.
He
married us.
Yeah, wow. That's who he married, and he cheated on me with her, and he married her.
Snow Wonder says, I don't care how long it's been since being divorced. Yeah. That's not okay to go on a double date, and he should not. No shits. Obviously not. That's
Snow Wonder, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Snow Wonder.
I gotta say,
listen to us chat. I love it.
You know what? Let's move on to a hypothetical number 3, because I think we've come to the consensus on that one.
Are there no updates?
There's no updates.
Okay.
And if there are, it doesn't matter because I X'd out of it already.
Yeah, it's
so
pretty clear.
Let's move on to, did you have one you wanted to show? Because if not, I got 2 others ready to go.
No, go for it.
All right. Let's go. Am I the asshole for losing it on my husband and mother-in-law? Ooh, here's one for the ladies. Okay, so this lady's 30 years old. So she's a baby. And my husband is 29. We have a 3-year-old son. He's from South America. I'll call him Juan. He came to my country as an immigrant and can now stay permanently if he wants to. Not anymore because fucking Trump was elected. They're
How's
coming.
that gonna work?
Namigra, they're coming for his ass.
It's coming.
I've only met my mother-in-law in person on the day of our wedding, and she seemed like a nice old Latin lady. I'll call her Maria. Of course, her name is Maria. She recently came to the country for a Was that racist?
I wish I had met my mother-in-law the day I got married. No, I had the worst mother-in-law in the world.
Well, I'll tell you what, my in-laws, they barely speak English, and so
Hey, I
That's
wish
great.
mine did.
I
We
met
just
them,
had a
but it's
fat
cool.
tongue. She would get drunk and had a
Hey.
fat tongue.
Dad-in-law, mother-in-law, you don't know Spanish, or I don't know Spanish, and you don't know English, and so let's just give each other the family side hug and move on. How about that?
Or not hug. Go ahead.
The you know, the platitudes and all. I feel like I'm not going to say what I feel.
You probably should.
Nope. There's no reason to say what I'm about to say.
No. They
If I-
wish you nothing but the best.
Oh, but I wish them
ever.
nothing for the best. But here's what I feel. I feel like your dad is a lot like me. Like, I feel like if I was your dad, I would pretend to not know English so I wouldn't have to say that much.
My dad is a man of few words, and he has one hearing aid. He has one hearing aid, and he turns it down so he doesn't have to use it.
I would 100% do that if I had to wear a hearing aid. I'm just going to turn everybody down. Fuck this. I'm out. I respect your dad so much, but here's what I feel about your dad. I feel like he pretends to not know English so he doesn't have to talk as much.
He
And
knows
I'm-
English.
And I'm good with that. I'm good with it. We don't have to have small talk.
He
man.
knows English.
I know he knows it. I know that he knows English. He knows that.
He knows it.
But I don't call him out with it because I'm good with this. I'm good with what we
He
talk about.
knows that you know that he knows.
Yes, he
He knows
does.
that you know
English.
But I'll tell you what else. He knows that I know more Spanish than I let on. And so they could have all the conversation that
He knows.
but I hear everything. I hear it
Guess
all.
what? He's a man of few words.
And I'm a man of few words with other men.
I don't think you are a man of few words.
You're right. I'm a man. I'm a man.
You're
I'm a man
totally
of many words. But I'm a man of few words when it comes to like
Here's the thing.
small talk, you know?
yeah.
Omar likes to talk.
I don't know.
He likes to talk.
I like to talk by myself.
I talk to myself all the time. I get
He
it.
doesn't necessarily like to listen.
Oh, I don't listen. I'm not a listener. But you're gonna hear what I got to
I
say.
think you listen, but people don't think you listen because your brain is going like crazy, like mine. But you are listening. I do think you may listen. I don't know. I don't know you
listen.
that well, you know. But
I listen, but I overrule. You know what I mean?
yeah, I get you. Yeah, my brain just goes. My brain is like, yeah, too much.
I respect my wife's dad and her mom so
That's
much.
good.
And I appreciate the fact that they pretend not to know English so that we don't ever have to have
So you
meaningful
don't have
conversations.
to
I really appreciate it. I really do. I can respect them without ever having to talk to them, and we're good with that. I'm good with it.
That's all it really is. To respect. If you respect them,
Yeah, I respected my ex's mother. Therefore, I didn't say much, but she wanted me to say things. That it pissed her off that I didn't argue with her, which is
weird.
she wanted to fight. Yeah, and I wouldn't fight.
Who wanted to fight you, Jennifer? I could not imagine somebody wanted to fight you.
My ex mother-in-law, she wanted to fight. Yeah,
Well,
that's all
what
she
the
wanted
fuck?
to do.
That seems extreme.
And
is
then the
that?
sister-in-law, oh my god, y'all, it was like the worst. Like the day we bought our house, we didn't she always gave us stuff, like, and like bought stuff for us, you know, and I she'd be like, why isn't Jennifer so excited about it? Because I'm thinking, well, you're gonna take it away, you know. You give it to me, somehow you're going to take it away if I don't do what you want me to do, right? That's just the person she was. So we bought our house, and the day it was like we moved, I had everybody come over. My birthday's April 14th, and that was going to be on Sunday. We moved into our house on the 13th, which is a Saturday that year. And I had all my friends just come over, and I was like, just get shit in. It doesn't matter. Just put it in a room. We'll move it later, and we're going to have beer and pizza afterwards. Just that's the way I move, right? We'll have a party. That's the way I do things. And she could not take it. She hated it. The next day was my birthday, and kitty cat. Oh my God, this cat is like right there. I didn't even see him.
The cat looks like, I just want to say, Jennifer, that cat looks like a butt plug.
I was like, what the fuck is touching me? Yeah, he's like right there. Yeah, he's right there.
Your living butt plug.
So anyway, like the next day, it was my birthday, and she was like, oh, it's your birthday. We're at Lowe's. Oh, it's your birthday. Why don't you go grab 10 gift cards, $100 gift cards, which is great. Thank you. It's $1,000, right? You get those gift cards wherever you want. But then later that night, she got really drunk and a fat tongue, and she's like,
a fat tongue? The fuck does that mean?
She would like drink red wine, and her tongue would get really fat.
Did you examine her tongue?
No, I could just tell by the way she was talking. She called me a lazy fat ass bitch. Oh my
Damn.
Wow.
And our relationship was never the same after that because mommy. He was
harsh words.
I had a bad relationship basically from the first year of marriage. So yeah, it was stupid. I shouldn't have got married. That's why I say I shouldn't have married. And everything was my fault because I didn't fight back with her. I would just say, okay. I didn't fight because I respected him. That's his job. I wasn't gonna fight. I'm not fighting. I'm not gonna say you stupid fucking bitch. I wasn't gonna pull out the hometown in me, which I grew up in a hometown where I can fight and I can beat the fucking shit out of you. But I'm not going to be that person. I'm an adult.
Jennifer
Brown. And don't have a hockey stick. Just kidding.
Building your hockey stick.
I love you guys.
I'll tell you what, Jennifer, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to go with one more hypothetical.
Oh, Jesus. Let's speed it up. Quickie.
I was trying to, but you're telling me so many stories. And so I had to accommodate.
That's why I got to do my YouTube channel, right? But I'm not going to tell stories. I'm going to have other people to talk.
All right, this is the last one. This person, I have no idea where she's going with this, but she wants to know if she's the asshole for giving her husband an easy way out.
Not giving her husband an easy out.
What in the fuck are you talking about? All right,
read the title.
I think he's lubricated.
Oh, I've been lubricated for a while now.
I know. I think you're funny when you're like that. So go ahead. I think your best shows are when you're lubricated.
Well, there's others that would disagree. My mother being one of them.
No, Whitney's going to bed and you're going to watch The Wrestler and she's going to be like, thank God.
Well, she's kind of lubricated herself.
Good. Well, you both deserve it. I mean, it's been a long week.
She might be in the butt stuff. You never know.
Shut up.
What?
Oh my God. No, that just reminds me of like other like stuff. Go ahead. Keep talking. Do this.
It might not be that level of lubrication.
She's not that lubricated.
Well, you never know. You never know.
Oh, I
don't know, but I'm pretty sure she and I are going to be like, no, she's not. Come here.
All right. I'm going to read this. It's quite long. So give me the floor to perform this hypothetical. I met my mate at a Renaissance fair about 6 years ago. At the time, Renaissance fair, fucking medieval 14th century bullshit.
I've never been to one of those.
I was newly divorced from a very complicated man and was not looking for a new relationship. But that is how the story goes. You meet someone when you least expect it. He was much bolder than me. He sat down next to me, sparked up a conversation, and the chemistry was just there. We hung out the entire weekend, and it felt nice, but I never dreamed I would see him again. Seeing as I was the older woman, I was 10 years his senior. But he had other plans. And within a year, he had me saying vows. I didn't mention the chemistry, yes? So we tied the knot 5 years ago. During that time, he was bounded well with my children, has stood up to my ex, made it clear the mental abuse stops, has provided emotionally, financially, and through safety, literally what I was searching for. And we are happy. When we disagree, we talk about it, as we do not raise voices in our home. This
good
lady's
Lord.
fucking she's delusional.
That's what I was thinking. It's just
She's like a sugar mama.
wrong with this
100%
person?
certain that she's a sugar mama.
she knows nothing
Let me
of
read
this
on.
man.
We budget in small trips to see more than just one spot of the earth. When one of us
She
is having
budgets.
a bad day, the other spoils that. Sugar mama, right? We learned one another's love language and respected. Hey, you know what my love language is?
But let's read the butt.
No, what's my love language?
Don't ask me. I don't fucking know.
I could tell you that your love language is fucking gay.
All of the above. I need everything.
My
I don't
love
even know if I
language
have
is
one.
if I don't talk shit to you, then we are not in love. That's my
Your lo-
love language.
Your love language is leave me alone.
I
My
think
love
mine is
language is,
funny.
hey, are you
I
gonna be
like,
quiet
I like
now?
people to be funny. Funny.
Could I watch my show, please? So I could. Are you gonna shut the fuck up?
Can I watch my movie?
I'm gonna pause it until you stop talking. Are you done? They're literally gonna answer your question in 5 seconds. Jesus. Stop hounding me.
Your daughter's like that too.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Both of them. Both of them. Hey, Dad, can I tell you something? Did you
I
know
know.
that broccoli is green?
I need to see. That was the youngest daughter.
healthy.
Evelyn is your youngest, and Olivia is the older. Is
Oh,
older.
I'll show you Olivia at the end of the stream.
Yeah, I want to
Okay.
see Olivia before we hang up. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway. So we tied the knot 5 years ago. During the time he has bounded well with my child.
She's already said that.
Oh, am I reading over? What I wrote?
No, you're not. Which
Oh.
is my point. She's
Has-
trying to stress it.
Has stood up
there's a
to my
point.
ex. I did read this. I feel like I did.
So funny.
When we were
guys.
happy. When we disagree, we talk about it. We don't. I did read it. Okay, so but rewind to when we met. The first person he told was his best friend, who happens to be female.
He's gay.
He was engaged to another man at the time, and he ain't checking for you. You ain't got the right parts. Oh, he was engaged to another man at the time and
He's just
freaked out.
trying to be kept.
Telling my mate that he needed to not be in a serious relationship and wait for her. Blink, blink. Is that different from wink, wink? He told her to accept this or get out of his life. Fast forward a year later, she blocks us after telling him he made the biggest mistake of his life. I cannot even describe the hurts. They were friends most of their lives. And to have someone not be supportive of a mate choice, painful. Still, he made the choice to accept her cutting him off instead of going to her house to talk sense in her, and he married me. She's 100% a sugar mom. There's no chance he's not banging her because she ain't got money. There's no chance. There's no. Oh, you know what? Let me continue. Now, my husband travels too much for work. And while his job provides much security, it doesn't require him to be on the other side of the planet a lot. That's a bonus. That's a bonus.
He's a gigolo.
What do you mean he's a gigolo? What evidence do you have that he's whoring himself out to other dudes? He's gay. That's
I don't know what he. I lost my train of thought. I'm just listening to you guys.
Well, I will not flat out say what he does. Oh, shit. His job does require uniforms. A uniform.
Okay.
Interestingly enough, Every time he leaves this best friend is tipped off about him going. Not by me, not by him, but my mother-in-law. What does she have against me? Simple. I'm infertile. This happened after I birthed one child. I mean, the man needs an heir. You can't give him a kid, then get the fuck out. Fuck her. She lost. She couldn't pay the cost. The cost of marrying me is a fertile uterus. You have been proven to be infertile. Fuck off.
Hey.
What? Well,
Shut the fuck up.
You gave me two.
That is not about.
Obviously, not talking about you.
Yeah, I would pick this one.
Marry her, not her uterus.
I'm so lost right now. I lost what we were. I lost it. Hey, listen. I'm going to tell you something, and this is something. Okay, so two things, and I'm totally changing the subject, and I don't mean to, but so 2015, I accidentally got pregnant when I was married.
Fuck.
I accidentally got pregnant when I was married.
Accidentally, of course it was.
But I mean, it would have been fun. You know, I mean, I could be love my animals, so I'd been a great mom.
I got her accidentally pregnant too. It was totally an accident.
It was accidental, but
It was
I
accidental.
had a miscarriage, right? Because most people do have. I mean, it is a very common thing. So, but after my ex-husband was very good and kind to me during that. But he was brokenhearted. But probably like a few months later, he was like, "What did you do to it?"
What?
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah. Yeah. What did I do to it to make myself miscarriage? So
First
that is
and foremost, I am sorry for your loss.
Yeah, I'd never been pregnant before. That was the only time I've been pregnant. And he said that to me. So
The piece of shit he would say.
yeah, he is a piece of shit. That was like that's something I don't care who you are. Like, I love kids. I fucking love kids, right? And I love my animals. I love animals. And I work with special needs kids too, believe it or not. Yes, I do things like that. Yeah, there's things you guys don't know. I'm also a certified judge for Miss North Carolina pageants.
A certified
Miss North Carolina
pageants.
Yeah. John Bonet, where are you at, girl?
Fucking pedophiles.
No, but anyway, so what happened was he did
A scholarship opportunity.
Like hell it is.
Miss North Carolina is a scholarship pageant. Miss USA is a scholarship pageants, right?
Poor
But he did say
Randy.
to me, he said, "What did you do to it?" And
Well, that guy's a piece of shit.
yeah, what do you say to that? Like, that is like the speechless. And how do you overcome that? You can't. That's really something you can't overcome, because I don't.
That is
I would
supposed
have
to
been a
be
great
your
mother. I
partner.
would have been a great mother, and because I am a great aunt to and dog mom, whatever. But but there's something inside you growing. I don't care. It was like, I think it was like probably 8 weeks, maybe. But there's something inside you, and it doesn't matter if you felt it or not. But it was there, and then and it's like you still have that, like, I wouldn't do anything to anything. Like, where the fuck did this come from you? So that was painful. So that, like, we had a lot of different layers of chaos, and and that right there just kind of shows you where I was, in a relationship.
Well, let me continue with this before it gets too late.
I didn't mean to go there, and there was something else I was going to say about something. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys because, I respect you guys. I love you guys so much. And that was like, when I say my marriage was hard, and it took like 4 years to fucking like go through a fucking divorce. Things like that, they really affect you
Permanently.
Right. You don't, well, I mean, you get over it, but it's like, you love that person that said that to you,
Well, of course you do, because there's a history there that's you can't just erase.
Yeah, I don't even know why I went there, and I apologize for going there, but
Don't apologize for going there. I just want to kind of clarify. I think you get through it, but I think you can't really get over somebody saying that.
I don't think you ever get over somebody saying that. Like, I there's something about you that there's something growing inside of you,
Mm-hmm.
and you understand that. So that creates your everything's different after that a little bit, you know? And him
Yes.
saying that was like, wow.
Yeah,
Well-
he's the one person that's supposed to be in there with you.
He
And
probably
not
wasn't
what did
able
you
to
do
process
to
it.
it? What did you do to it? Yeah.
Yeah. He was trying to place blame somewhere.
Yeah.
And
Well,
his
that's
blame
just who he was. So, you know, I'm sorry. I don't even know what that like came to me like that. I just wanted to share that with you guys. And so kind of understand too, like, yeah, I had a painful relationship like that.
Well, this lady is also in a painful relationship.
ADHD. I need my medicine.
She says, interestingly enough, every time he leaves, this best friend is tipped off about him going, not by me, but by my mother-in-law. What is you having against me? Simple, I'm infertile. I read this part. Make no mistake, this best friend is a threat. And yes, I've made my caution clear to my husband, who told me that I do not have to trust her. I do not need to trust him. So this goes on throughout our marriage until the holidays. I had to have surgery that required a major amount of bed rest, so I could not travel the distance to see my in-laws, and they never come to see us. My husband gets told last minute the original people who were meant to go to the other side of the world cannot go, and he and his coworkers have to replace them. So he clearly wants to see his family before he leaves. There. So with a heavy heart, my child is sent to his biological father's for the holidays, and my husband spends the morning of Christmas with me and leaves after watching several movies and making sure I'm comfortable to spend time with them for 36 hours. Unbeknownst to us, the mother-in-law had invited the best friend in my stead. And my husband walked into a tear fest of 36 hours of best friend pleading with him to change his mind about me and date her. What the fuck is this thing about? I'm so lost right now. What is she talking
That's
about?
why I got off track too and started on my own page. I'm sorry.
If this is not surprising enough, she adds that she always chooses the wrong man and was recently, you know what? Fuck this. She's the asshole.
I'm
How about
ready
that?
to continue. This
Nope.
is weird.
No, too late. I'm done. I finished.
I don't even know. I lost it when I started talking about myself. I'm sorry.
I'm like 2 hours and 15 minutes in.
First off, he was gay.
Guys, I
feel like,
love you guys so much. And thank you for letting me talk about it. Because sometimes if you don't talk about things, you know, I mean, and sometimes if you don't know, like, you know, you guys don't know me deeply, but that is something deep. And I'm glad I got to share it with you and where I came from. And then that's why I decided, like, when I got divorced, you know, he left me for I call it the pastor.
The fat neighbor.
No, the pastor.
Oh, the pastor.
The reverend.
Well, he banged the fat
woman
neighbor
that
and then
married
left you
them.
for the
The,
pastor.
the one that married, and listen, y'all, she would be at my house. She was at my house before, and she'd be passed out on the stairs, like, and she'd be handing out Adderall and whatever else, Xanax or whatever. I'm like, I don't take
That's
anything.
the
She's not a pastor. She was just ordained.
Okay.
But you know, I mean, she was sleeping with our friend's just a hot fucking mess, and this is who he left me for. And then the pregnancy thing. So, you kind of get an insight to what I went through, and like, why was I there? Why did I even get married? That's stupid, you know.
All right. I pulled this back up because you guys were interested in it. And so I'm
We
gonna
weren't interested in that. We were interested in talking about ourselves.
Well,
Jennifer, I just want to say, sometimes I feel like it's the hope. Like you stay there for what you think or what you wish it could be or could have been.
Or should have been, or
Mm-hmm.
exactly, yeah, like what it should be. Yeah, exactly. Right, because I wasn't going to leave. But it is what it is. It's one day at a time making me stronger. You know, but that's why I say, like, I wanted to get my like coaching certificate, which is not that hard either, because I kind of like wanted to reverse engineer my life and figure it out on my own, you know. So
Good for you.
yeah,
It's
thanks.
hard.
I wrote like a friend. I wrote his cousin was having a baby, and like she's popping, like, you know, and I was like, oh my God, you look so pretty. And he wrote me Messenger, like a Facebook Messenger, and said, our agreement was you do not talk to my family in our divorce agreement. And I was like, never seen that before. And I said, Bill, there's nothing wrong with being kind. She looks beautiful. And he's like, you've never even met her. I'm like, yeah, I have. So the next day I was like, I went to sleep. I was like, you know, let it go. He has some major problems. So the next day he was like, you're the meanest person I've ever met in my whole life. And like, he was bashing me like that. And the next day I finally like said, okay, I'm gonna write him back now. And I said, you know what? I'm sorry you feel that way. And yeah, I'm sorry you feel that way. Basically that was it. Like, that's on you, buddy. So like, he's that narcissist person. And that's why, you know, when I was talking about Bruce, precious little Bruce, there's kindness you see that radiates from people, you know. And Max was very nice. He used to be so nice, and just not sure. That's why I asked the question, like, people changing, do they change? How do they change for the worse?
Some people change. Some people do change. But there's also other people that were never genuine.
But and they just hide it so well. But you know, you wonder why. Don't you want to change for the best in life?
Most people do.
Most people do, yeah. So that's been a challenge for me, like the past few years, is like trying to figure out trusting people, and you know, just I don't know. I was blindsided.
Yeah.
So anyway, sorry.
All right.
Thanks for listening.
This person says, so unbeknownst to us,
Omar's like, shut the fuck up.
Well, I'm just trying to finish the thing so I can wrap up the show.
I don't even know what you're talking about, but go ahead.
I wasn't into it. My wife was into it, so I'm reading it now. So
I know, but go ahead. I love you guys.
I know. So mother-in-law had invited the best friend in my stead. I'm annoyed by the way that this lady writes. Like, she's a bit much, man. She's not somebody that I would I would listen to her. I'm just saying, she feels like a certain type of person that has lots to get off of her chest. And she's kind of all over the place with this. Let's see. My husband walked into a tear fest of 36 hours of best friend pleading with him to change his mind about me and date her. If this is not surprising enough, she adds that she always chooses the wrong man and was recently abused and needs someone safe. She needs him. Then she proceeds to confess her love to him. She tells him she did not try hard enough and that she wanted his babies. And my mother-in-law is there telling him how he needs to be with her and not me because of his age. And they have both always loved one another. Is she in there when she's doing all of this?
No. Remember, she's back at home.
Okay. So when he comes back from this, he's not himself. Now, due to my husband's job being dangerous, he tends to emotionally distance himself from before he leaves in case he never comes back home. It took me a day of asking if he is all right and offering an ear before he says the curliest thing to me. He tells me that he has not loved me for an entire year, that he fell out of love and was trying to fall back in, but just couldn't. He then tells me he wants his own kids and that our son is more like a brother than a son. I can't explain the emotional floor drop here. The pain was almost too much, not only for me, but my son, who has already been through something like this and trusts his stepfather more than he trusts his own dad. And then my child and I cried bullshit. It took days of me carefully confronting him and backing off before he finally admitted that he said all those things so I would divorce him. And he meant none of it. He was told my kid he is and will always be his father and my kid. While angry, told him he never thought otherwise. Husband also said he is now torn between me and the best friend, and he does not know what to do. I told him to get on a plane, think it through on his own before he blows up a happy family for a fantasy. She is furious with him because she is not a homewrecker. Well, fuck off. And needs him to make the choice to leave me on his own, and it needs to be done already. I'm simply hurt. But I'm not giving up on us because two witches decided that they want him to be with someone else. This is his life and his choice. He told me he hates me for not making it easy. I told him that if he really wanted this, he had to man up and make the decision to make it all final. What the fuck is going on?
I don't know. I'm like confused.
It's like he wants to be with this other lady, but she wants him to like overcome that somehow and choose her. And he's not going to make it easy for him. So she's like, am I the asshole for not making it easier for him? What the fuck are you talking about? Why would you want to be with a guy that's like seriously considered blowing up the family for whatever the fuck is going on over here? I am so annoyed with this writer. Could I posit a guess? I'm going to posit a guess that the author, the writer of this post, weighs over 250 pounds.
Can we just get back to it?
Nope. I want to stick with my theory.
Can we see if she offers any more information?
Okay, but I'm just going to posit a guess.
We know that you think
I
she's heavy
feel
set.
like she's grotesquely overweight.
I was saying heavy set, but
Her lack of confidence is ruminating throughout everything that she says.
she's already 10 years his senior, and she's infertile.
Because of her obesity.
Let's keep going.
Okay. Now, I'm going to get slack here, but I promise you, I told him I was infertile within an hour of talking to him.
Okay.
I reminded him that when he proposed, I lost my mind over it when we were about to get married. This is a topic that has been well discussed between us. He knows that I cannot personally have a baby. Not that I'm not up for raising another child, believe me, I've offered, but he has always declined, telling me he is not interested. He does not want kids except for my kid, whom he loves deeply. Now, my mother-in-law is losing her mind.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Here we go again with the fucking mother-in-law. Don't bring another fucking person into your fucking marriage, okay?
I'm 3 paragraphs away from finishing.
Sorry.
I gotta finish, and then we can talk shit all we want. Okay.
You do not like premature
Ejaculation.
finishes.
Sorry. I prematurely ejaculated. My mouth.
God damn it, Jennifer.
I know. I'm sorry. Keep going.
She has called me an asshole for trapping her son in a loveless marriage and told me I need to stop using him. I'm gainfully employed. I'm financially head of the household. I need to get out of his life, and I let him be with someone who really loves him. He does not want me anymore, so I should leave.
Remember when we called that she was the sugar mama?
Was that this one?
Yeah.
Are we still on this one? Jesus.
Yeah. It's been a minute.
So, am I the asshole for fighting for a loving marriage that clearly needs to be mended after outside sources tore it apart? Or should I just cut my losses and say, well, if you cannot decide between me and her, I'm out? How about just having some self-respect and go like finding Bob the Builder or whatever and going about your way? He ain't checking for you no more, man. He wants the skinny lady. He wants probably 150 pounds a year.
He wants a little.
He likes some little ladies, man. He thought he could sell for you, but you were the sugar mama. He thought he could stomach it. He thought he could make it work. Alas, he found this other lady that's minus 150. And he's checking for her. I don't know what to tell you. Hey, what do you think? Am I off? I feel like there's a lot of truth to what I'm saying.
There probably is. There is so much truth.
Oh, well, speaking of the mic, you're still on mic.
Hey, I was gonna. You remember last week we talked about that lady that she wrote like a poem. Who writes poems anymore? We're not
The
Emily.
lady that wrote the poem. Yeah, my wife is. She can't hear
There
what
was
you're
a
saying
poem.
anymore,
There
but
was
right
a
here.
poem lady. Remember?
Yeah.
And she complained about like her life and nobody does anything for her, but she does everything for everybody else. So,
I'm gonna plug this into.
one of my favorite people on
I have
SNL.
nothing to plug this in. I'm sorry. She wants me to plug something in. It's like, what the fuck is that? I have no outlets for that. I'll plug it into my asshole.
Don't do that.
How about that?
One of my favorite people on SNL was Kristen Wiig for like
Kristen Wiig.
Penelope and Surprise Sue and Gilly. Sorry. There was one that was about the robe. All the woman got for Christmas was a robe, and it reminded me last week of that one Reddit post about the lady who wrote the fucking poem about her just doing everything. And yeah, I know. I meant to send you that link and say, okay, this lady she just needed to say all she got was a robe. Don't write a fucking poem. You're not Emily fucking and just move the fuck on.
All I'm gonna say about it is this: I feel like that lady knows the answer to her question.
Oh yeah, she does.
She knows that's not an ideal relationship. Does she really need advice from that? From Reddit or otherwise?
Well, that's another question I have for you. Okay. Why do people write on Reddit like this?
Well, it's free advice for one. And for two, it's an objective outlet to throw a scenario out to the universe.
I do understand that.
The public scrutiny, to get a measure of whether or not genuinely you are in the right or in the wrong.
Yeah, I know. I understand that. It's just like weird that people like go there. It reminds me of Tom Haverford on Parks and Recreation. He's like when he had his electronics taken away. He's like, well, every day I get up and I do Facebook, I do LinkedIn, I do Reddit, I do. Anyway, I guess I wonder if people have friends. Sometimes.
Well, sometimes your friends aren't going to tell you the truth.
Well, then you need real friends.
And sometimes maybe you think that your friends are too invested to give you objective advice.
Yeah, I get. No, you know what? I totally all get that too. I do. I get all that, but I just it's just so weird that so many people put like everything out there like that. You know what I mean?
Well, they're anonymous. Like you could put your shit out there and nobody would know who.
Okay, I'll start doing that. I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that shit. I'll talk about it and you tell me to shut the fuck up. Like you're crazy.
I normally do. Well, I've never told you that.
And I'm okay with that. I'd rather somebody be honest with me and be like, okay, Jennifer, you're
shit, you're on camera. Your camera's on. Here, I'll remove
Okay, well, I'm gonna let you guys go because it is 2:25 here, and I had a great time tonight with you guys, and I'm definitely coming to visit, but we'll do next week. Let me know. I'm gonna find some articles too for you, and I'll send them to you. But
hey, anybody that's listening is more than welcome to forward me whatever stories you want me to talk about.
I'm gonna talk to Andy Keiki. Okay, my bestie.
Who's that? Oh, your friend.
Yes, Keiki. Well, Andy Keiki. His last name is Keiki, Kaake. And I remember like when the first few. He's fucking funny as shit. He said to me one time, he's like, you know what? I wanted a daughter, and I was gonna name her Patty Keiki.
Totally.
He had a son. Anyway, but
you can still name a boy Patty.
You can name, Patrick Keiki. Yeah, Patty Keiki.
It's
but
like
anyway,
that Johnny Cash song, isn't it? Boy Named Sue.
Boy Named Sue. Johnny
There
Cash.
you go. There you go.
But anyway, Andy is like just. You guys are so much alike that I'm gonna have to have him. I'm gonna introduce you guys, okay?
You're right there.
And you're gonna. Hey, God, my Kitty Kramer is going crazy. So, this is about the time that Kitty Kramer goes wild. About 2:30 at night here, wakes me up. and I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Witching hour. It's a
Yeah,
full moon.
he's like 6 months old, so he's growing, but he acts like a dog, which is really cool. He doesn't act like a cat, so he's got a pack thing, so like he's a cool cat. Anyway, I will let you guys go. It was so nice being here, and I love you guys so much. You guys are so fun. I'm so glad I met you.
We found a way to make this into a 2.5 hour show.
How I know it
I don't know
worked.
how my voice is still working right now, but it is.
I know, because your voice is hoarse. Okay, all right, guys.
Yeah.
I love you. I love you both, and y'all have a good night. And I will talk to you sometime this week. Okay.
All right, Jennifer. You take care.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Folks, I love you all. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe out there. We're going to sign out right now. Love you all. Bye-bye.